So we will be doing the voices. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I played a little bit further after you two left last time, but all I did was just interrogate the rest of this guy, and then we were done. So you haven't missed too much.
All right.
He told us
Glad
to
to
go.
know.
He told us to go to the maximum security prison, and that's where we're going. So here we go. This looks like the way to the prison yard. Sadly, the shutter is locked tight.
Freedom awaits on just the other side. A stoic lock and key twixt mine eyes and nose and the outdoor breeze. Such a cruel fate it is indeed. The more I think on it, the more it eats at me.
And whose thoughts are you attempting to channel exactly with that soliloquy? Alright, here we go. Alright. Ooh.
This looks more like a prison.
Yeah.
Maximum security.
Wow, it's pitch black in there. I can't see a thing.
But didn't you say that the Yagatarasu takes flight even in the dead of night or something?
Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yanagarasu!
Whoa, you are one powerful performer.
Thanks, but that doesn't help me see in the dark. I'm a human, not a three-legged raven.
Oh.
Who dat?
Ooh, doggo.
Ooh, puppy.
Ooh, scary doggo. Ooh, woo, hoo, hoo, hoo.
Front-facing dog.
I think if you would like to be this person, Tina, this is the convict that we are talking to.
Oh, right. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth.
That voice, I knew it.
It has been far too long.
You remember me?
I could hardly forget now, could I? After all, you are the one who put me away.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you talking to that dog?
Or is there someone else in there? Still can't see a danged thing.
Oh, but I'm forgetting myself. Forgive me. I don't often receive visitors. One moment, I will turn on the lights.
Ooh.
Holy shit, it's a monk! I think.
Yeah.
You are a heavy-footed lot. Am I right in thinking there are, how many? 3 of you in all? Very well. Perhaps we should start by introducing ourselves. My name is... I'm not even gonna say that first word. Canis.
I think it's Bodhidharma? Bodhidharma? Canis?
I'm just gonna say Bod Canis.
Bod Canis.
As you may have gathered, Mr. Edgeworth and I are old acquaintances. It's fascinating.
Canis was a notorious assassin. Some knew him as the Blind Butcher. His only weapons were a vicious hunting hound and a fearsomely sharp knife. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells, the last sound his victims would ever hear.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I to guess why you have come to see me?
You know why I'm here. In fact, I'm willing to bet you know every detail of this sordid little affair already.
Then I suppose we have nothing to hide from one another.
No. Good puppy.
Good puppy.
Good murder puppy.
He is scary, though.
Yeah. Your faithful canine friend is currently the chief suspect in a murder investigation. The person who found the body saw a dog with its mouth around the victim's throat.
Your witness is mistaken. Helmut is a gentle soul. He is my eyes, nothing more. It is absurd to think he would do such a thing, isn't it, boy? Yes, yes, it is. You're a good boy, aren't you?
Helmut is more than a mere seeing eye dog, and he's certainly no good boy. He's also a trained killer. A weapon once used in this man's sordid trade.
This witness of yours, he is trustworthy, I assume?
Ugh. Shawit is anything but trustworthy. He's still very much a suspect himself. I can hardly claim that his testimony is beyond reproach.
No, then. I thought as much. Yes, I did, Helmut. Yes.
It figures that he already knew who our witness is. What were you doing between 8 and 10 a.m. yesterday morning, Mr. Canis? Canis, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. During the show, you mean? I'd be happy to tell you, if you're willing to pay.
I got no money.
It's alright. I was here. Ensconced?
Ensconced, yes.
Okay. I was here, ensconced in these humble surroundings. I have developed a passion for wood carving, you see. An obsession, even. I was engrossed in it all morning.
And you have permission to engage in such a hobby? I can't believe someone would actually let you.
The warden and I have an understanding.
An understanding? That's ridiculous. This man shouldn't be allowed 1, let alone 5 chisels. There's nothing but lethal weapons in his hands.
I was carving Buddhist pieces at first, but by the 674th, my apologies, I tend to stutter sometimes, my interest had begun to wane.
Whoa, that must have taken forever.
Time is all I have, child. In any case, my focus is now shifted to pieces such as these.
Ooh. I didn't know you played chess.
You play it too, do you not, prosecutor? Perhaps one day you might indulge me?
I like the Cerberus.
Oh yeah, I do too. Represents, I think, the queen?
Yeah.
No idea. Though you may find my game rather rudimentary. I only began after my arrival here, I'm afraid.
What's that piece? A dog with 3 heads?
Ah, yes, the dogs of war. You must forgive my little joke. Chess is, after all, a game of war itself. Soldiers, knights, castles, all doing their utmost to protect the king, all loyal to the last. Just like the medieval times. I have always thought it strange that such a game has no place for a dog. After all, what more loyal weapon could an army call upon? Still, it's simply a piece I made for fun. Fear not, though, I play by the regular rules, and with the regular pieces.
I can't imagine it's easy finding opponents to play here in prison, though.
Oh, I have my correspondence.
Correspondence chess, then. Sharing moves by post?
Yes, even prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters. Their contents are inspected, of course. Although, I have yet to receive the details of my current opponent's next move. If he doesn't
Ooh.
respond in the next 24 hours, it's an automatic checkmate.
I'll kill him. Sounds like this current opponent isn't a resident here. I suppose you know the identity of the deceased, Mr. Canis?
His name was Bronco Knight, was it not? Poor, unfortunate soul.
So sad, so true.
I knew you were gonna pull that reference.
You keep your ear to the ground.
My ears are all I have, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why am I not surprised that he's plugged into the prison's information network?
But perhaps he was not so fortunate after all. Or unfortunate, I can't read.
What do you mean?
Mr. Knight's crime was a grave one. A crime for which he would have been to pay dearly anyway. The attempted assassination of a president. That is no small matter.
Attempted assassination?
Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knight...
Yes, we proved that he murdered his team leader and that there was no attempt on the president's life. Could it be? Are they attempting to cover up President Wang's fake assassination scheme? Whoa, whoa, whoa there, cowboy. You're saying the Bronxster didn't actually have a pop at the press? I was hired to defend him on the charge of attempted murder.
You mean you don't know what really happened? So, what, did they just blame the whole assassination thing on Mr. Knight?
It would explain why the committee was so keen to get involved.
Of course. They took you off the case to try and keep you away.
And swapped in the Wiener Kid to push through...
The Wiener Kid.
to push through an attempted murder charge.
In other words, they're trying to cover up the truth.
So they were really trying to frame him.
Question mark?
According to the guards, this Knight, was it? They tell me he was violently insistent that he had attempted no assassination.
Which would have come out anyway when the case went to trial.
I am no expert in legal matters, but allow me to say this one thing, please. I know for a certainty that he would not have been the first inmate imprisoned on false pretenses.
Yes. A rung.
What a weird
What
exclamation.
a weird noise.
An uncomfortable fact, but a fact nonetheless. Yes, Helmut. Yes, it is. Yes. The courtroom is not always the bastion of truth you believe it to be, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, bastion of truth, huh? I've heard something to that effect before, from that man.
The man with the spiky hair.
Yes, from a certain Interpol agent who doesn't have much faith in prosecutors. Yeah! Lang. I don't know. He comes up later, I think, but, does someone... Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah. You're not words. You're okay. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are ya? Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today.
I never was able to fully dispel his mistrust of prosecutors.
Even Helmut understands, don't you, Helmut? Yes, you do. The truths revealed in court and your deductions. It is dangerous to trust either implicitly.
Arg.
But I am not bitter. You are not the first to make me a subject of unfounded suspicions in recent days. In fact, I was visited by another prosecutor only yesterday. He was accompanied by a judge.
The best.
They even dragged the warden along, her distaste for me lingering unspoken in the air.
Not those two again.
Prosecutor De Best and Judge Gavel.
They went over my cell with a fine-tooth comb, but they left empty-handed. They were looking for the murder weapon, I believe, to no avail. But I mustn't take it personally. Rumor has it that they have searched every cell in the prison, and still failed to find what they were looking for. I pray they won't. I pray they weren't too disappointed. I'll be waiting for them.
No. Okay. Well, that posed more questions than it answered. What do we do now? So its testimony's flimsy at best. I need more proper evidence if I want to take Canis on. Pet the dog.
Well, I think that's quite enough chit-chat for one day. Helmut will show you out. Good boy, Helmut. Go on now.
Ooh. He's not showing us out permanently, right?
Let's get out of here. Come on.
Edgeworth unfazed.
Edgeworth.
Yeah, unfazed. Until next time, Mr. Canis.
It does pain me that a brief time must end, just as we were becoming reacquainted. I await your return, Mr. Edgeworth. Waiting indeed.
No, pet the dog. Oh, I wanted to pet the dog.
You might.
Kay, what are you doing?
What are you doing up there, Kay?
Kay, get down.
Are you trying to invest in rock climbing?
I don't know. Now to gather the evidence I need to bolster my case.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth!
It looks around. That's the best hiding spot you could find? It's alright, Kay. You can come down now. Where's Fender? Or Shield?
Yeah, Shield. What name did you just call
I
him?
don't know. I'm still waking up, Kay. I was traumatized by the dog.
He ran off somewhere. I had no idea he could move that fast.
Are you sure you didn't take any sleeping medications on your way here?
Raymond.
So, what do we do now?
You and I will continue the investigation, and I know just where to start. By solving that one particular mystery that's been dodging us this whole time. Edgeworth, if you want to share it, that's fine, because I don't remember.
I would also invest in spelling, Mr. Edgeworth.
Knight's body was found in one of the prison workshops, but he was presumably being detained in one of the detention center's holding cells. So how did he wind up on the other side of those heavy security doors? Let's start by investigating the holding cells.
And Mr. Knight's room, right? But, what about Mr. Shields?
I'm sure he'll find us when he's ready.
Sure, but he is kind of our boss, isn't he? Ah, well.
Nope. Teleport.
Enderman! I do wonder how they get a hold of such valuable teleportation devices.
The victim's cell is just over there.
Edgeworth.
Okay.
All I heard from that was Edgeworth.
Me too. I didn't hear lead. I just heard Edgeworth.
I think for this one I want to wait until I get Gumshoe.
Sure. Do you want to take it then, Esper?
Sure, I don't know who this is though.
I
so
don't
we'll
remember
find out.
either.
I don't know who it is either, but if it's a recognizable character, I might step in.
Yeah, that's fine. I have just about had it.
Who's that? Oh, it's her!
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, it's the warden again. Okay.
Yeah. Warden Lagarde? Yeah, Warden Lagarde. She must have come from the corridor marked no entry.
He's still not talking, ma'am? Even with the evidence you borrowed from the precinct?
No, and I've tried so many times I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send in a blank report.
I guess a killer for hire was always going to be a tough nut to crack.
A killer for hire?
Oh,
I couldn't help overhearing, Warden Lagarde, but were you just talking about, Bodhidharma Canis?
my, you were listening. How very gauche of you. A girl's privacy is her armor, you know.
Do you normally conduct interrogations of the man yourself?
Oh, it's not just him, darling. I try to have the occasional tete-a-tete with everyone, you see. And that's what it means to be a member of the family in this little home of ours.
I love our little fox.
Yeah. There isn't a person who hasn't made the pilgrimage to my office at least once.
Your office?
Oh, sweet. He's angling for an invite. Oh, well. I suppose it is the hottest ticket in town. It's down this corridor here, darling. But FYI, I don't just let anybody wander in willy-nilly.
Let's see, that would put it right around here.
It's a wonderful room, if I do say so myself. All my guests rave about it. And who wouldn't want a view of my fabulous garden and the yard? Oh la la. The yard? If it's anything like the rest of the place, it's probably full of adorable animals, right? Can I see?
Yay.
Oh, darling, it's so sweet of you to take an interest, but I'm afraid that's just not possible. Why not? Because you're not a member of our home.
Kay, just go steal something and then you can be there.
Oh, got it. If you want to see it that badly, you'll just have to get convicted for doing something unspeakable. I'm already on it.
That's a rather steep price to pay.
Oh, but just listen to me, chattering away like there's no tomorrow. It's time for Allie's lunchy brunch. The poor dear will be dying.
Allie?
The sweetest little deer in all the world. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but you know how it is. Now, to the yard with me. Ciao for now, darlings.
There she goes.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask her more about Canis, but she dominated that conversation from start to finish. Let's go investigate the victim's cell, shall we? Oh.
Why is there a desk in a cell?
It's a detention center, so maybe they're just being kind?
Yes?
So this is the night's cell.
Oh, I guess, like, it's a holding cell. You're not
Yeah.
technically convicted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you think he was brought in, Mr. Edgeworth?
It would have had to have been the evening of the 25th, just after the events at the lake. And then at some point he wound up in the prison proper. But how? There must be some evidence here that will point us in the right direction.
Alright, let's get looking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna look at... this thing catches my eye. Okay. Let's see. 200 Days to Freedom, an escape story. Book 3 of set of 3. Life as a pet stylist. Understanding animal emotions. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, and an anthology. Making money while serving time. A Second Life. Interviews with a former prisoner.
Wow, that's a lot of books. Let's take a look. You'll Laugh Tomorrow, an anthology. Understanding animal emotion. You read all this, Mr. Edgeworth.
I did. Yes, why are you repeating me, Kay?
Maybe there was more to Mr. Knight than met the eye.
Sadly, I don't think these were his. They were likely specially selected and placed here for the detainees. With the hope that they would want to be better themselves during their time here. A Second Chance at Life. Interviews with a former prisoner. These books appear to have been written by current model prisoners and former inmates.
Oh, I like the look of this one. 20
Only
days?
20 days.
20 days?
200 Days to Freedom. Escape story. And this one too. Making money while serving time.
This facility may have more deeply rooted problems than I thought. Breakfast? I guess you choose the food you want?
Ooh, what's the menu doing here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It seems that those held in the detention center are able to choose what they'd like to eat each day. If they can afford it, that is.
Money makes the world go round, I guess. But doesn't that make life super easy for rich detainees?
Well, Kay, bear in mind that the people held in these cells haven't been found guilty yet. Some of them don't deserve to be punished. Quite a few of them, in fact.
So you're saying it's fine that people with money don't have as hard a time of it as everybody else?
How did I wind up defending the practices of the detention system? Ooh. Scrabble.
Hey, look at this weird piece of paper. I think it's Scrabble.
There's some sort of grid on it. Let's take a closer look. Ooh. What next, rook? No, pawn to g6. The grid appears to be a chess diagram. The victims, I suppose.
What's a chess diagram?
It is exactly what you think it is, Kay. It is a diagram in which you play chess. a A visual representation of a game of chess. See how the locations of all the pieces are marked? This seems to be a closely fought contest, but perhaps if this pawn were... No, wait.
Not now, Mr. Edgeworth. This is no time to be playing games.
What was that, Kay? What was that, Kay? Are you all right?
I said it and then I had to save it. I didn't get saved.
Do you need some help, Kay? Can I assist
Do you
you?
need some help with breathing?
Yes, I suppose you're right. This isn't the first time I've seen this configuration of pieces. I bet I've seen it in a cell before.
Dun dun dun.
It was from a different perspective, but it was definitely the same game. Perhaps it would be wise to take another look at the evidence in my possession, wink wink. Oh, well, fine. I don't... Okay. I guess, do you want me to deduce from it?
I think you did get an option to deduce.
I saw it. No. Present.
Eureka!
This chess game, I've seen it before.
Enough with the chess chat, Mr. Edgeworth. We're supposed to be investigating here. Focus!
I am focusing, Kay.
Too much on chess!
I am investigating, see? This particular bit of chess chat could prove to be vital. Now, take a look at this. Can you tell me what it is? Can you tell me what it is, Kay?
I plead the fifth. I don't know. I would just say, yeah, that's the guy's style. That's what it is. Right?
Good, very good, Kay. Here's a treat.
Here's a cookie for
Here's
you,
a
Kay.
cookie.
But I don't really know the rules of chess, so
The rules of the game are not important here. What is important are the positions of the pieces. Compare the ones in Mr. Canis' cell with these. Do you notice anything?
I thought she was gonna say I don't know.
I don't know. I actually know.
I don't know which piece is which or anything, but if you turn the diagram like this, there are pieces in the same squares.
Indeed. There's no dog in the diagram, but that's to be expected. Apart from that, however, the positions of the pieces are identical.
And what does that tell us?
Yeah. As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was.
Mr. Knight?
This could be just the proof we need to show that Mr. Canis had a connection to the victim. Okay. Let's inspect the sink. Reflected in the mirror is...
A security camera! The great thief's greatest enemy! Nothing about this place is very thief-friendly, if I'm being honest.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Did I
are we
did I
back?
cut out?
Are you good?
Oh!
We're
Yeah, my
good.
internet does that sometimes.
Oh, no, you're okay. I was just making sure it wasn't on my end. I was like, oh, no!
No,
Like,
you're
did my
good.
Wi-Fi die or something?
Right, yeah. I think that might be an entirely deliberate, Kay. Guard! I'd like you to retrieve the footage from the security camera and review it as carefully as you can. If you see anything out of the ordinary, inform me immediately. There's no gumshoe, so you're gumshoe now.
Yes, sir. Even though I'm not Gumshoe.
Good. Okay. Toilet. The bowl is nice and spotless. There are no signs that the toilet paper has been used. This guy didn't go to the bathroom at all! Everything seems to be in order with this toilet here.
Oh, wait, are you serious?
Why? What's wrong?
There is no door! There's not even a curtain! Whoever designed this place should have thought a little more about the people who have to live here.
I think there might be a reason behind the open plan layout. Jacket. Ooh, I see a yellow thing. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? This must be Knight's suit jacket.
So, I've been doing some research of my own.
Oh, and what have you discovered?
I've discovered that guys who look good in suits tend to be popular with the ladies.
That was my thoughts exactly. Yeah, sure.
And what exactly is that?
What? How is that relevant, Kay? I wear a suit. Does that mean that I am attractive to the ladies?
I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean you're attracted to them.
It's
that
true.
just means the other way around.
It's true.
There's only one other person he could be attracted to, Kay.
That person also
Do you know
wears
who
a suit.
he is?
That person also wears a suit.
I've heard tales of that man.
That man.
I'll tell you more later, darling. Let's just get back to the investigation.
Oh, for sure. But don't worry. Guys with frilly neck ruffles are next on my research list.
Please stop. What? How is the yellow thing? Oh, gosh, anyway.
Hey, look. This newspaper's got a chunk of it missing.
Someone got hungry. You're right. A few of its pages have been roughly torn out. But why?
Maybe Mr. Knight wanted to clean a cell, but didn't have a cleaning cloth.
It's not a totally implausible theory, I suppose. It's just a stupid one. But why would you try to clean their cell? There's something different about this spot here.
This part of the floor is weirdly clean.
Maybe that's what he wiped down. Why would somebody only do that part next to the bed, though? Deduce! I honestly don't remember this one at all. I remember the end, but I don't remember the way to get to the end. This part of the floor has been wiped clean.
Maybe he spilled some grape juice.
Thank you for the hydration. Who knows, but we can certainly imagine that he used to do what he used to do the wiping, and it wasn't the toilet paper! The torn out pages of that newspaper.
Why would he just ask a guard for a cloth or something, though? Just use that toilet paper.
But perhaps he didn't want anyone to see what he was wiping. His bottom! Oh. Well, that was fast. I think we've about exhausted this cell. We've made significant progress by establishing a connection between Mr. Canis and the victim. It is the... Well, no, he's not... Well, so it's hard to explain.
I don't think so.
He is not the lawyer guy. Sorry, I'm talking to chat. He is not the lawyer guy. He's technically the prosecutor guy, but he is pretending to be a lawyer guy so that he can be a prosecutor guy. If that makes sense.
I don't know.
I think this is either Guard or Gumshoe. So.
All right, let me just. This is bad, sir.
Is that the guard?
It is. Okay. The security camera footage, sir. I just watched it, and why is the toilet dancing?
What is it? Can you show it to us? Wow,
Yes, sir. I have a small playback monitor with me.
a VHS.
Just watch with caution, sir.
Then what are you waiting for? Let's see it. Oh, animation! Oh!
Oh.
Wow! Actual animation. What was that? Was that?
That black
That
thing.
black thing. It's
No,
that dog, right?
Guard. I didn't ask for your opinion.
Sorry.
It was a rhetorical question. I was asking Kay.
I thought I was Gumshoe.
You're not
okay?
Gumshoe anymore. You're fired.
Damn it.
It's okay, guard. I got this. That black thing. It's that dog, right?
And also Princess Frosty. No, this one yells Eureka. He doesn't yell objection. Until now, our assumption was that the crime had taken place inside the prison proper. But it seems that assumption may have been wrong. Knight had actually been attacked in this location. I am assuming it's in the cell?
Well, that's the outside of the detention center.
But because that's where we are. We're in the holding cells right now. And
Yeah.
the security camera was pointed at this cell, which is in the detention center.
Yeah.
Right here in the detention center. And the perpetrator was indeed Mr. Canis' dog. This is just the evidence we need. I like how we have to take the little playback monitor and the VHS around with us. It's just like in his pocket.
Yes, dude. The fucking 2009 cadence. Like, I don't know. I'm hyped.
And if this is where Knight was actually murdered, then one of the pieces of evidence were found in the cell takes on a whole new meaning. The newspaper?
I guess
If Knight's
so.
cell was a crime scene, which piece of evidence takes a new significance? The floor? I assume? Because this doesn't make sense. I think it's the floor. The floor of Knight's cell was wiped clean, presumably to remove something. Could that something have been his blood? Thank you, officer. Would you mind doing me one more favor? You're rehired, by the way.
It depends on the officer. Name it.
There's a detective by the name of Gumshoe somewhere in this facility. You were his
Oh,
temporary replacement, but now I want him back.
Oh
I need-
no, he's my brother.
I need you to give him a message. Tell him to have this cell tested for traces of blood and to report the results to Edgeworth. You know the name. I don't know this guy, but tell him Edgeworth sent him.
You got it, sir. Even though Gumshoe is my brother.
Now we can really go after that Canis guy, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knight and the dog moved between his cell and the prison proper. Even though there's some good window, there's like a window right there that leads directly out into the yard, which is then connected by the office, but who knows?
Right, so that's what we need to figure out next. How to open that window. What's the play, coach? Where are we up to?
You're the thief here. You should know how to open a window. I suspect one of the guards might know something. Guard that I just asked to go get Gumshoe, come back, actually. I have a question for you. We should ask those posted nearby and see what they have to tell us.
Or we could just ask them.
Why do you all look the same?
It's probably just one man,
Right.
like, using the shadow clone jutsu.
It's going so fast. Okay, time to get asking, huh?
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh,
I didn't know he shows up here.
I didn't know he showed up here either.
Thanks for the tour. Later.
His theme.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Prosecutor and his little friend.
I don't know what they called him. Lang. It was still Lang, right? What was his first name? though?
yeah.
She Long Lang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't expect to run into you here. It must be my lucky day.
This is Agent Shilong Lang of Interpol. He was in charge of a case I worked on 2 weeks back. I thought he'd gone home to Xingfa after that, but here he is. You had some business to take care of, I take it, Agent Lang.
You could say that. Nothing that need concern you, though. First a black hound, now a wolf, all in black. Hey, wait, why are you all alone today?
I like your assistant. She's cool.
Lot of dots.
That's true. He's usually accompanied by an army of police officers. And a pretty lady, if I remember.
I think... Do you want me to explain, like, what happens in the first game?
No,
Or you know it?
it's fine. I'll play the first game again eventually.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ooh, gotcha. I hear you were at it again a couple days back, sticking your nose into things.
A couple of days back. He means the incident with the president of Xingfa. Actually, I had thought you might be there as well, heading up the security detail.
Our president doesn't have much faith in the efficacy of his own country's police force. Maybe now he'll think twice before using contractors again. Amateurs.
Agent Lang doesn't have faith in prosecutors or the courts to do their jobs right. Which is why he's so meticulous about investigating with his hand-picked cream of the crop officers. Indeed, no doubt things would have turned out differently had you and your men been in charge.
My men, huh? Yeah, those guys aren't around anymore.
What? They're not?
It's funny, isn't it? I'm a real lone wolf now.
What are you saying, Agent Lang? What on earth happened?
I told you. It doesn't concern you.
That tells me nothing.
See you around, Mr. Prosecutor.
You know
Keep
my
saying
name.
nothing.
You know my name.
First name Mr., last name Prosecutor. Bye. Wow, he seemed not okay.
Yes, and I would very much like to know why, but there's nothing we can do about it now. We'll worry about Agent Lang after. We have an investigation to conduct.
Many dots. Alright, let's start by talking to these guards, or the single guard.
The single guard?
Shadow Clone Jutsu Guard. Oh man, I'm in so much trouble. Thanks to that dog.
What's the matter? You seem perturbed.
Oh, well, you see, one of my uniforms is missing. I could have sworn it was right here in my locker.
Did it grow a pair of legs and run off somewhere?
I don't think it works that way, little girl.
Where in the world did that idea spring from?
Anyway, I hope to track it down soon. I'll be rooting for you.
Does not explain.
Thanks, I guess.
I found it! It's in my pocket! Hello. I was wondering, have you seen an enormous black dog wandering around here recently?
That thing? No way. If I had, I'd... Well, let's just say I'd be a lot more nervous about standing guard here.
Isn't that your job?
Yeah.
So, do you and this dog have some kind of a history or something?
It's not important.
Now, okay, you should know when to let sleeping dogs lie. You see?
Was that a joke?
I made a joke. Are you proud of me?
I'm kind of scared. That's not like you.
I think that man is rubbing off on me. By the sound of it, Canis' dog had been spotted on this side of these heavy security doors.
That man has really done something to you.
Hey, are those my faithful assistants I've seen before me?
Welcome back, Shields.
Shield. And where exactly have you been? Where have I been? I've been looking for you two. Been searching high and low. Wandering lonely through the prison halls. It was terrible, I tell you.
But the prison's over there on the other side of the facility, boss.
Many dots.
Dots.
So listen, I just got the lowdown on some seriously dynamite material. You want to hear it, right? Right? Seamless. I was chatting with a few of the guards, and they told me something très interessant. Turns out the Bronxter had himself a little incident 2 days ago. Pre-mortem, if you catch my drift. An incident? Simon told you he came to visit his pal. Oh, that's me. Simon told you he came to visit his pal, right? Well, it happened right after they wrapped up, when Bronco was being escorted back to his cell. That neck brace. It was just one guard, and he was handcuffed obs. They'd made it back, and the guard was taking off his scuffs when the Bronxter clobbered him, knocked the poor guy out cold. Sounds like it might have been the prelude to a jailbreak. Because when the other guards showed up, they couldn't find their comrade's keys. Were there any rumblings about Knight's attempting an escape? That's the bit that fries the old noggin. There were none. He just sat in his cell, then turned up dead. And what's more, he swore right to the end that he never stole the keys. They turned his cell inside out too, but no dice. The guard who was struck, what did he have to say? Nothing. Poor guy was still out when they took him to the hospital. Word is he's still there. So there's nobody around to tell us what really happened. Look at the boo-boo keys. The little blue one.
Boo-boo keys.
I bet it's the best. I feel like this is maybe the best.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
the? It's you losers.
That's all we need. Yep.
That's my boy.
It
That's
is.
my
Hey, there he is.
Why are you still hanging around here like a bad smell?
Hey there, little buddy. Listen, Miles here's working with me now as an associate.
Nonsense. You're all just here to cause trouble and turn my investigation to a fart.
Sorry. I also like
Not the best. Use your words more wisely next time.
Eustace means wait, Sebastian means farce, of course. A simple slip of the tongue. Seemed like a reasonably apt choice of words to me. Judge Gavel, great to see you again. I know who you are. You are Simon Saint's attorney. Guilty as charged. Now that we've broken the ice, how about a friendly... Oh, not. I'm totally cool either way. Now, did I hear you correctly that Mr. Edgeworth has joined the defense team?
Yep, and me too. We're officially employees of Edgeworth & Co.
But a prosecutor is a public servant. You would draw your sword on the goddess to work for personal gain? It's not a problem if I'm not getting paid, though, correct? Exactly, what he said. Miles here's just a volunteer. We're all about the pro bono stuff over at Edgeworth & Co. How wonderful. So you all work without reward? The goddess will surely approve. Yeah, I'm a regular philanthropist. Judge Gavel, I was hoping to ask you about the grounds for Simon Saint's arrests. That information is on a neat...
Is that a challenge I hear?
No, I was just asking Judge Gavel.
I'm always ready for a little verbal combat to show you what it takes to be a real the best.
to be the best.
I don't know my words too well, but don't let that stop me.
How is it verbal combat if you won't let me speak? Still, this could prove useful. He seems very stupid. Fine,
Because he is.
We'll do as you suggest. Now if you could begin by telling us why Mr. Saint was arrested. There'll be no need for that. Eustace and...
It's not my
Or
name.
Sebastian.
Not now, Gavel. Watch and wonder. As I put this pathetic prosecutor in his place, he's going to run rings around me.
I think you meant to say that you would be the one running rings around me.
And I will. So badly that your ears will be ringing. Prepare to be humbled, Mr. Edgeworth.
Squint.
You want to know why I arrested that man? Not to be confused with that
Not
man.
that man, but that man.
Not that man, just a man.
Just that man.
That man.
It's simple. Simple. I found evidence. Evidence of him all over that thing. How's that for some best conclusive proof? And who saw the truth first? Why, me, of course. The best by name, the best by nature.
Many dots.
Where do I even begin?
Look at you, utterly lost for words in the face of such mastery. I'll take your silence as yet another win.
Honestly, does he ever shut up? You said that you were the one who arrested Mr. Saint. But do you even have the authority to do so, Mr. DeBest?
Well, obviously it was the police who actually arrested him. But I told them to do it. So I think I can claim the credit, don't you?
Of course that's what he meant. This is clearly going to take a while. Shame, really. Given that I'm much more interested in what Judge Gavel is silently thinking over there. She's like, I'm going to wring his neck later.
She would totally do that.
Oh yeah, she would. Okay, I do. I'm going to press this. Evidence of him was all over that thing. Could you be a little more specific, Mr. DeBest?
Do I really have to spell it out for you, Edgeworth? I'd hope even you could put 2 and 2 together with your logic abilities.
Stop messing around. The onus is on you to provide a comprehensible testimony. Come now, Sebastian. I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth and his friends would be very interested to learn how you cracked the case. They certainly look keen to hear about it.
Fine, if you insist. I'll fill in the gaps.
Good boy.
Brace yourselves, because this is going to blow your tiny little minds. I bet you didn't even the victim had.
It's okay, it's in
Wait.
character. It's in character.
A chess set with him. And that chess set was covered in the fingerprints of a certain Simon Saint.
Praise be to the goddess of justice for the insight she offers, and congratulations once again, Sebastian. You would not object to Sebastian amending his testimony, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth? No, by all means, please do. We don't have the ability to look for fingerprints, so
Come on, open up.
this is the same.
Oh yeah.
I think this is all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, do I present that? Because we talked with him about it, and he said he was, yeah, at a request. Oh, it belonged tonight. It was brought to him at his request by
Oh.
Saint.
Yes, so then maybe we can be like, oh, of course.
Right,
it has to
right,
be
like he
because
just, yeah.
he brought it. Yeah.
So the fingerprints on the chess set were the ace up your sleeve?
The what? What? Oh, yes. The chest set up the ace's sleeve. That's right, I've got winning the best win hand as usual.
I got the best winning hand. Only your the best hand is a the bust flush. For you see, it was Simon Saint who brought that chess set to the victim in the first place. Therefore, it's only natural that his fingerprints were all over it.
Many does.
That took a while to sink in. He must be stupider than I thought. In conclusion, those fingerprints aren't proof of anything, and Mr. Saint's arrest was premature.
Premature.
The incident took place here within the walls of this facility, and being neither a guard nor a prisoner, it makes very little sense to suspect Mr. Saint.
Oh!
Now what?
I think you might. I think you might be the premature one over here, Edgeworth.
What do you mean by that?
And to think you were the one accusing me of being hasty.
Did he only just work out that word? What that word means?
Sure, I identified Mr. Satan as a suspect faster than pretty much anybody else. And I won the race when it came to picking out the crucial evidence, too. I'm quick on the draw, you see. But hasty? Not at all. You're right that Mr. Saint isn't a guard or a prisoner here, but he was.
Oh. Sebastian? Turtkavel.
But out, Gavel. I have him right where I want him.
Forgive me, Sebastian, but if I may? While the particulars of the suspect are indeed fascinating, don't we have something a little more impressive to share with the prosecutor?
Something more impressive.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Edgeworth. Sebastian made an ingenious deduction concerning the murder weapon, Perhaps you would like to hear it.
Yes, of course, that. Oh, well remembered, Gabelle. Listen to this, Edgeworth, and prepare to be amazed.
Will this ingenious deduction explain why Mr. Saint was arrested?
Let's just say, you won't be disappointed.
Judge Gavel deliberately diverted the conversation away from my line of questioning. What exactly is she up to? Round 2.
I'm quite bored of this. Can we get to the part where Mr. Gumshoe shows up?
I'm
and
sorry!
Tina, did you want, like, Sebastian, since you haven't had lines as much yet?
Nah,
Or
it's
is
all
it
good. I'm good for now.
Okay.
Okay. Fact 1. The murder weapon was some sort of metal blade. Fact 2. Potentially deadly blades are strictly controlled within the prison walls, as we know. From these 2 facts, I concluded that the weapon in question must have come from outside. It must have been hidden inside the chess set. That's what I think anyway. And since the only prints we found on the chess set belonged to the victim and the suspect, I'd say it's blindingly obvious who brought their weapon in and used it, wouldn't you?
If nothing else, his testimony this time is a little more comprehensible than the last.
Another DeBest winning bestest best deduction brought to you by one DeBest you DeBest prosecutor extraordinaire.
Are you okay there, sir? Do you... Meanwhile,
I think he's having some trouble.
Courtney over there is just like, Sebastian, sweetie, please sit down. More like one the best useless prosecutor extraordinaire, if you ask me, the winner.
But how could hey that was a sick burn, Edgeworth. Good job. We can work on it.
Thank you.
But how could anyone even hide a weapon inside that chest set?
Oh, we definitely won't skip the best boy for sure. Yes, for sure. Yeah, Eustace to best is definitely why you should discipline your children. It's for sure.
Good question. Why don't you take a look for yourselves?
Inside the chessboard? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Though I literally just did it like a few minutes ago and there wasn't anything in there except for chess pieces, but we'll do it again. We just did this. There's nothing in here but chess pieces, like I said before.
That laugh is really something.
It really is. Seems pretty convinced the weapon was hidden in here somewhere. I'd better take a closer look. I bet it's in there. Oh! What? The stiff lining at the top opens like a flap door.
Whoa, there's plenty of room in there.
Indeed, more than enough to hide something like a small knife.
Ingenious, no? The killer snuck the weapon in by...
Huh.
Huh? What do you mean, huh? Let me finish, will you?
He's so cute, I love him.
Yeah!
I fear you've not been listening, Mr. DeBest, or perhaps you've simply forgotten. The detention center is outfitted with a security gate.
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah, and...
The security gate also acts as a metal detector, Sebastian. We must pass through the another one on the way into the prison itself, remember?
Oh, yes! Yes! Of course I remember.
Yeah, I don't think Sebastian understands what conclusive means. He definitely didn't.
He doesn't understand anything.
I know.
Really.
It would have been possible to smuggle a metal blade through such a gate into the facility, which would seem to blow a rather large hole in your reasoning, Mr. DeBest. Don't hurt the child. He's a baby. The gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check, which seems a little stupid, but, I'm not here to judge, even though I am a judge. Are you telling me that the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in the regard of late.
Very good. Thank you, Gavel.
It was my pleasure. Yeah, who knows where she was? Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you'd be so kind as to begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? It's like she's holding a trial. Well, no matter. Let's see how well this ingenious deduction of Mr. De Best holds up, shall we?
Oh, was it chocolate in the original?
I thought it was chocolate, yeah.
Huh.
I'm gonna press you on that. But no murder weapon was found at the crime scene, and there's nothing inside the chessboard either. I'm curious, Mr. De Best, do you have any thoughts about where this weapon might be?
It's, well, the perpetrator must have hidden it somewhere in the prison.
Is there a problem with this claim? Technically, off the top of my head, I can't think, but I feel like I'd have to say yes, right? But I mean, it's gotta be. Do we think that there's a problem with the claim? I think it's a possibility that it could be in the prison, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if this prompts us for, like, any other...
Right, that's what I was thinking. Because, like, right now there's no health bar, but I want him to, like, amend or add something to that I can push or present.
Yeah, I guess there's no risk in being like, there is a problem.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bluffing our way.
They hid it somewhere inside the prison? That seems unlikely. In fact, I can prove that. Oh, I don't know if I can, Edgeworth!
Oh.
Is it the wrist thing? Is it that thing? Because I feel like I don't know if I could. Can I go back? I would like to go. Oh! Yes! Because they didn't find anything. See? Gavel and Worden searched the prison but they couldn't find anything. You little jerk. I'm starting to worry about your memory, Mr. De Best. Didn't you and the good judge search the prison with Warden Lagarde? And didn't you fail to find a likely murder weapon? I didn't remember it till now either, so it's fine.
Well, yes, but I guess we just missed it, that's all.
Yeah, and to those who are still in chat, please no spoilers. I have played this game before and beat it. Well, I didn't play it, but I watched like an entire playthrough, but I really don't remember. So for now, no spoilers.
Wow, way to undermine yourself.
I was gonna ask you to say it like Rarity.
The no spoilers?
Yes.
I don't. Has she said that word before?
Yes, she has.
Oh, I don't remember.
She was like, "No spoilers," or something like that.
You're saying your search wasn't entirely thorough? You, the so-called best rookie?
Stop making fun of me!
I'm gonna make fun of it because you make fun of yourself.
Ah!
Sebastian.
Exclamation point.
Calm yourself. Breathe deeply. Do not allow your opponent to get under your skin.
Many dots. You're right. I'm the best. Why should I let a third-rate loser like Edge Worthless here get under
Whoa.
my skin?
Hey! Hey
Sebastian,
now! Hey!
language.
I'll thank you to leave my name out of this.
Well, I'm Kay Faraday, and I'm A-OK!
Don't encourage him. Not you two, please.
Look, it's simple. Since my first-rate investigation didn't turn up any weapon, it means there wasn't one to find.
Yeah, is it Reen? Yeah, Reen, I don't try to question, the lovely fur-wearing lady, the warden. It's her decision, but it is a little strange to have a polar bear in a prison.
Which leaves only one possibility. The murderer took the weapon with him when he left the prison.
So you're changing entirely what you said.
Sure am, I have no shame.
Hmm.
That's why we couldn't find him when he looked. Obviously.
Objection.
But what you are proposing is impossible. And this proves why the culprit couldn't possibly have taken the weapon out of prison with them. I'm assuming that. And or that.
What's on the third page?
Is there a third page?
There is.
Oh! Take that. More memory trouble, Mr. DeBest. Now you're forgetting things you yourself said.
Are you making fun of me
Oh,
again?
baby.
You keep making fun of yourself, Sebastian. It's
Oh,
only
so you
fair.
remember what I said this time? Good job. Do you want a cookie?
I didn't mean the Edward thing. I forgot. Wait, do you have cookies?
Meanwhile,
I'll take a cookie.
Kay's like, those are my cookies. Oh, you okay? Hello?
My mic fell off.
Oh, okay. But perhaps you might have been better served by remembering this.
Whoa, what's that? Oh, wait, does he seriously not remember?
It would certainly seem that way. There's a security gate at each of the entrances to the detention center and the prison proper. Coming from the prison, anyone leaving the facility would have had to have passed through both of them. 2 gates, both fitted with metal detectors.
Now I remember. Looks like he got his memory back.
So, as you can see, there's no way anyone could have taken a weapon out through both gates. And therefore, there's no way the murder weapon could have left the building. In which case, Mr. Edgeworth, perhaps you would care to tell us where you think the murder weapon might be? It is still here on the premises. That's the only plausible conclusion to draw.
But we searched the prison from top to bottom and couldn't find anything.
Because you were never going to find anything to begin with. Not when you're laboring under the misconception that it's a blade you're looking for.
Yeah, we know the truth about what happened to Mr. Knight. We've seen it with our own eyes.
Reen, he doesn't know how to operate his own pointer.
It's true. That's quite a claim. I assume you have the evidence to support it. What is the weapon that was used to commit the crime? Take a look at this, Judge Gavel, and the weapon used in this case will become clear. Bam! This is footage taken from a security camera trained on Knight's holding cell. Now watch it for yourself and see. It's a little brutal, so, a trigger warning.
If you're squeamish, look away.
But that was a guard.
What? That's... But how?
This footage captures the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. More than sufficient proof of how he died, wouldn't you say? Yes, it is certainly significant. So now we know the Knight was, in fact, killed in this cell by a vicious dog. A dog that moved the victim's body to the prison workshop post-mortem. We know this thanks to the eyewitness who saw the dog in the workshop when the body was discovered. Of course, I think we can all agree that there's no way the dog could have planned out such a crime itself. Indeed, I fear it may be his handiwork after all. That's quite enough of that, Mr. Edgeworth. Judge Gavel. You are correct, this footage is an important piece of evidence. But it also raises an important next question. A question that I suspect you have also been asking yourself. She's right. There's one major problem with my version of the events. The black dog, the one that belongs to one of the inmates. How did it move between the holding cells and the prison proper at will?
Many
Many
dots.
dots.
Many dots.
Oh! How do we answer that one, Mr. Edgeworth?
The truth is, I don't know yet.
Of course not. Can it, Wonder Boy? You didn't even notice there was a problem.
Until the defense proves an adequate explanation, the court cannot accept your line of logic. We're not in a courtroom. That is all. This court is adjourned.
We're not in a courtroom, though.
But wait! There's still so much to explore! Court is no longer in session, Mr. Edgeworth. If you'd be so kind as to leave the courtroom. Court was never in session in the first place.
That's what we were saying.
Once again, this court is a... We may not have all the answers yet, but you haven't explained anything either regarding Mr. Saint. What do you mean? Just as we don't yet know how the dog made it into one of the detention center's holding cells, you can't know how Mr. Saint could have made it inside the detention center, let alone the prison either. He would have been allowed as far as the visitor's room to see his friend, but no further. So it's hard for me to It's hard for me to conceive how he could have committed a crime in a place he had no access to. Many dots.
Many dots.
Judge Gavel, I believe it's your turn to provide some proof. Proof that Simon Saint was able to enter the prison. Huh. You wish for the court to provide you with proof? Highly irregular, but very well. What? They actually have something? Now seems like as good a time as any. And I suppose you've been kind enough to share your own theories on the case. What's she building up to here? Mr. Edgeworth, I suspect you don't know what Mr. Saint does for a living, so allow me to fill you in. He's a circus performer. A what? Yes, perhaps you've heard of the Berry Big Circus. Oh, I have. That was that. Yep. Flashback, woohoo! It's true, and with the goddess of law, everywhere can be court. You see it now, I assume. As I'm sure you're aware, a show was held yesterday for the prisoners' entertainment. A show featuring animals and performers, performed by members of the Big Berry Circus.
So, does that mean Mr. Saint?
Yes, Mr. Saint was allowed inside the prison as part of that show. In fact, that's been confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. No! She held on to that fact until the last possible moment. That's what I do. She let me run with my own theory, and only afterwards did she use it to reveal the truth. Wait, that's what I do. That must have why she steered him into a different topic back then, too.
I got you good, didn't I, you third-rate prosecutor?
How dare you? I'm at least a second rate. This has nothing to do with you. Butt out. Ooh. Gentlemen, this court is well and truly adjourned. If I may offer a word of advice, Mr. Edgeworth. Your conduct as a prosecutor is already in question. You would do well to remember that you were removed from this case for that precise reason. What are you trying to say? That the committee reserves the right to confiscate your badge at any time. That seems a little abusive of power, don't you think? Should you wish to retain it, you would do well to avoid crossing paths with us again. Is that a threat? The goddess of justice was compassionate, Mr. Edgeworth, but she is not endlessly forgiving. Oh, and one last thing. You are no defense attorney. Abandon this foolish pretense. Thank you for your concern, but I do not abandon anything. What I start, I finish. I'm not going to say anything about that. Well, do try to remember that two jobs are not, that the two jobs are not one and the same. that a defense attorney is expected to develop something of a bond with their client. Next time, finding out your client's real occupation might be a good place to start. Ugh. Now, I really must be going. May the goddess of justice watch over you all. Ooh, she got him. Okay, he looks so angry.
So Simon lied to us.
Not just you two. Guy took me for a ride too. What's his deal? Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're not having second thoughts about all this, are you, mousy boy? Sure, Judge Gavel's a tough cookie, but that doesn't mean you can just give up the ghost. The defense never rests, as a wise man once said, and that goes for associates too. Don't worry, Shields. I've no intention of resting. Nevertheless, our assumption that Mr. Saint could have entered the prison has been proven false, which means we'll need to restart an investigation from square one, I'm afraid.
So did we fail?
Ooh. What do you mean?
No.
No, this
Like,
this is just part of the game.
Oh, I thought we actually like lost all of our progress.
Oh no.
Oh, wait. Wait.
It's kind of a southern. It's more. I'm trying to be like a hey, daddy-o. Like I'm trying to be like a cool, like suave guy. That's what I'm trying to play Ray as, because that's kind of how I see him, as like a jazz guy. That's kind of what I'm playing in there. But I need to get water, so I will be right back. So take 5 for a second.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
Oh, Tina, would you like to voice Simon for this? I took him last time, but have
When
both.
is he coming up?
It's this guy right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
If you want.
I'm still kind of waiting for Gumshoe, though.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably have both. I love that Edgeworth is just tapping his finger.
He's like, come on, I don't got all day.
Okie dokie, me back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
All right.
We're just talking about how Edgeworth is just tapping his finger for like 2 minutes.
Yes, that's what he does. Tina, did you want to be Saint? Because I don't think Gumshoe's going to be in here, unfortunately.
Man, I am disappointed.
I'm
but I am willing-
sorry.
So Gumshoe has been relieved of his duties, I'm afraid.
You withheld information from me. Why?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. I don't have a good voice for him.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Beep. Well, I didn't withhold anything. Or at least I didn't mean to. Okay, so you are a member of the Berry Big Circus, right? No. I mean, yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new.
That's irrelevant. You're still a member.
Beep. Oh.
Oh.
And down on the ground.
Oop. Okay.
Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in the circus show. And me being friends with Bronco. I thought that if anybody found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay.
I mean, we have been friends for like 5 minutes, so it makes sense.
He would never lie to us, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay. I thought I'd made it clear that I believed in you. Does this not look like the face of a person that believes in you?
When you stare at me like that, I get so terrified.
You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client scaring tips you want to share? You're really not helping, Shields. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again.
So, what do you do at the circus, Simon? I'm an animal tamer. Kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. That's so cool! Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Oh my.
Oh my.
Lions, oh my god. Lions, tigers, bears! Oh my! No. I work with this little guy.
Oh god.
Oh, it's money!
Looks pretty tame already to me. So you're not exactly a tamer. More like one of those old-timey organ grinders?
What?
Money.
Not now, money. I'm trying to... Oh, you little scamp.
Okay. Slightly creepy. Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company.
I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We all have titles and everything. The ringmaster's the CEO, and I'm, well, I guess you'd call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division.
I love her.
She's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding.
Huh, even Miles here? I'd like to see somebody whip him into shape. Have you not met my not sister? I'm not some kind of creature, Shields. So this line manager, was she working with you on the show?
Yes, it was just the two. It was just us two. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work.
I love this music.
Yeah. But I did have a bit part this time.
So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. All right, talk me through your movements here at the facility.
Sure, I came to see Bronco at around noon 2 days ago.
And that was when you brought him to the chess set?
Yes, and that same evening, I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard. I had to haul everything in by myself over
multiple trips.
Oh, I might have cut out.
That's okay.
They let us use one of the workshops in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think.
Funny, since I think that's where the murder was found. Workshop A, where Knight's body was found.
You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh, no, I could never ask her to schlep all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey work's my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run-through, and it must have been, midnight by the time I left. The next morning, I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Then we performed till 10?
Okay, so Mr. Saint was the only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. That's not good. A Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended.
Also not good.
Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even little DeBest wouldn't just pull something on a hunch. Shields, did you listen to Mr. DeBest's testimony? Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect. Ooh, sick burn! He just called him stupid.
Oh, I think I might know why. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how you was doing. Bronco, I mean.
You went into the holding cells on your own? Tell me you had permission.
No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything, so I just sort of snuck over and hoped nobody stopped me.
But you just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk?
I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see. Just like me. I knew he'd
Huh?
be feeling lonely, that he'd want somebody to talk to, so I had to go see him.
So, what did happen to his family?
We don't know. You don't have any family?
For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid.
Losing one's father as a child. I know the pain all too well. Flashback.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth. He's just like us, for real.
No one
Fatherless.
no one has fathers in this franchise. Everyone's dad dies. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him?
No, the other holding cells were empty and I didn't see any guards.
Well, somebody must have seen you, or you wouldn't be in there.
Oh, no! Oh, I messed up so bad, didn't I?
So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together? At least I imagine that would be De Best and Judges Gavel's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak to your boss next.
Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today, too. Somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. Oh, I can't believe I let this happen. Sure thing, Simon. We're here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But I mean, that is... There's nothing I can do for you in return. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We've met the collective 5 minutes. That
Yep.
makes us friends.
Yep.
You know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Don't rope me into this, Kay. Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. And by gentle, I mean gentle in the head. Rest assured, we believe you, and we'll get you out of here. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. I did? Oh. From the Book of Gregory. An attorney is a friend to the friendless. Simon me bucko, this guy'll suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be simply amazing?
Oh. I think he's trying to be a
Shipley?
pirate here.
Shiply amazing? Oh, okay.
I'd say shrimply amazing.
I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Shields.
It's a shrimpless that, Edgeworth.
But that's just the thing. You never know when a pirate will strike next. Anyway, kid, you want some candy?
No, thanks. I don't like sweet stuff.
How about a hug? Oh, huh. Bummer.
Hugs are too sweet. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. Or a shrimp. A great thief's galleon for the dread pirate K. Yar, me hearties! We'll sail the 7 seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth.
I don't think now is the best time to be playing pirates, Kay.
Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard. But no sea shanties on the way, please. Oh man.
From ninja to pirate, exactly. Rin.
Look, the shutter's open.
Oh.
Yes.
That's the way out to the yard, I believe.
Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for?
Nope.
Not sure if
Bye.
it's open conveniently just for us.
I know. Someone's excited. Did you want to be Ray, Tina? So you have someone to be?
I don't know what their voice sounds like, so
Well,
I don't want to strain it too much.
They don't have a voice because this is
Oh.
so like I've just been doing like a smooth, jazzy kind of like I'm your buddy sort of voice for him. So it's up to you.
All right. Let's do a voice that can come up for him.
So this is the famous yard. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered.
Check it out. It's like the backdrop to some epic festival.
So I'm Shields now, right?
Yes, you would be Shields if you want to
Sweet.
be. Because the other person
Alright.
we're talking to is another girl. Which, I mean, you can be her if you'd like. She's pretty fun. So it's up to you if you can decide once you see her if you want to be her or if you would like to be Shields.
All right, I'll see what she looks like, and if she looks like a character I can't pull off, I'll stick with Shields.
Yeah, no worries. Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered, which means that anyone who saw the show has an alibi. Yay, we completed the map. Alright, time to take a look around. Eek!
She eeks so much.
Okay!
Stop hitting me! Help, Mr. Edgeworth!
Cease! And desist! You beast!
Oh, someone help!
4K.
This is her, if you wanted to... Just
I think I'll
follow
stick
your
with
heart.
Shields.
Follow your heart!
I'm okay. I'm a little tired.
Okay, no problem. And if you just want to, like, vibe and commentary, you can do that too. I don't mind.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Okay, no worries. Stay, Aziza, stay!
Sounds like Twilight to me.
Who's that?
Oh,
I love her.
Wait, I'm
Are you sure you don't want to be her, Tina?
positive.
Okay. Aw, you found a new friend to play with. Good for you, girl.
Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me.
No way. She'd never do a thing like that. Aziza doesn't even bite. At least, not very often. So she does have a taste for human flesh. How did you like meeting a real live elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did?
Yeah, glad I didn't die.
But you did have fun, right? Right? There, sweetie, don't cry. She had a wonderful time, didn't you, Kay?
That was supposed to be me.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to vibe.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to stick with Shields.
Oh, okay, no worries, you can be him.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Don't mislead the poor girl, Shields. She did? Oh, I'm so happy.
Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug?
I don't like bad touch.
Ah, keep your trunk to yourself, man. God damn.
Oh, another new friend. Isn't this just the best day ever? I am Associate Defense Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina. It's so nice to meet you.
What was her fan name?
I think it
This
was...
is her canon
Yeah,
name.
I was gonna say. Yeah, it's Regina.
She appears, I think, in the second game of the first trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does. I remember seeing another streamer friend of mine play the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Kay, great thief extraordinaire and Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's great associate.
This self-introduction brought to you by the word convoluted.
And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Shields, the defense attorney.
Oh, she's not just an any elephant. That's Aziza, the Asian elephant.
Aziza stopped the second you told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina.
Hehe. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't.
What? So, you're Simon's boss?
That's right. Regina Berry, head of the Animal Taming Department, Showbiz Division, Big Berry Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you.
The pleasure's all ours.
Mademoiselle.
The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Raymond Shields. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. Not like that.
He said the
Phoenix Wright
thing! He
character.
said the thing!
Not like that Phoenix Wright character. No. We don't talk about him in this game.
So much for whipping me into shape.
Yes. Yes, she's perfect.
What are you muttering up to yourself about, Kay?
That positivity, that charisma, that energy. Regina, you to make a perfect partner in crime for the great thief Yagarasu!
I don't think now's the best time.
Great
Kay.
thief? That sounds like fun! My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time.
And that's the one thing we don't want to steal. Gotta keep it on the down low, stealthy ninja-like.
But where's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down.
Plumber. Got a little different opinion going on here.
It would indeed appear
I
that
like that.
negotiations have broken down. Maybe next time, Kay.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking.
That's an old pistachios thing.
Too bad we can't see much of what's beyond that metal fence, though.
Indeed, and we're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well. Turns around. Hello? I guess I will talk with the person of interest. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss.
Ow! Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Oh my god, that sneeze hurt.
Oh, that's right. My dad founded the Big Berry Circus. I think he's dead now, but I don't remember. Yeah, I was like, but he passed away. He was murdered. I was right. I was remembering correctly.
I am so sorry to hear that. We're all part of the Dead Dad Club.
I know. That's what I said. No one's dad can survive in this series. But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's, too.
Wow, that's great. Lucky you.
I know, right? It was his idea to set up departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. Oh, only animal taming and ventriloquy. Oh my gosh, that's not what it is. Stop, brain. It is ventriloquy. Okay, because ventriloquist. Okay. Have
Yeah.
more than one person right now. But the Big Berry Circus, or the Berry Big Circus, is getting bigger and better day by day.
Sounds like you guys are really going places.
They're getting on well. I'll leave it to them. Can you tell me about the show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing. It even has a story. And not just any story. It's a love story. Isn't that dreamy?
Sounds like a regular riot. So, who's the star of the show? Oh wait, let me guess. You?
No, silly. That would be Aziza. And she falls in love with none other than Regent the tiger. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance.
Whoa, Nelly. I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit.
And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. It's so romantic.
That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the elephant is the heroine? I suppose that's if there's a first time for everything.
And, who's the third wheel?
Oh, that would be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart.
Ooh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth?
Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion?
I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu.
Kay, do you have any other references that you make?
I like the birds.
Nope, it's a sneaky monkey. That's certainly lowered the stakes.
Oh, you mean money, right?
Nope, again, the role of the monkey is played by Simon. Money's far too small to play against Aziza and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Aziza and Regent apart. What will become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it?
Wow, it sure is.
So, Mr. Saint was more than just the little helper he claims to be. Poor Simon. It'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance? Oh, that's...
So, Rain.
What?
Rain said the girl continues to terrify
Oh.
them.
Yeah, she's something. Oh, that's not really my area. Simon took care of all the lifting and carrying. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him doing something near that well, though. A well? I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. You should have seen him moving those huge cages around all by himself. He's a total hero.
Yeah, sounds like something he would do.
Weeping all the while. He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. The workshop must be the one Mr. Knight's body was found. I guess that confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A.
Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us.
It does suck, Kay. You have to help Simon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you.
Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done.
And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? Okay. Let's look for the well, I guess. Power room. Store appears to be locked.
Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try.
No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key.
Spoil sport. That could have been my chance to shine.
You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. You do have a giant key in your head. So. Stage. This must be the stage for the show.
Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show?
I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Oh, there's the well. Ooh. Oh. A simple, sturdy built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners.
Somebody's left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight.
Wow, 30 pounds.
Let's see. It weighs 30 pounds.
Good,
just like you said, Miss
good
Impressive.
job, Kay.
How did
Here's
you know?
a cookie for you, Kay.
Cookie time.
Oh, and there are some pulleys, too.
Kay, could you stop touching everything on sight?
Come on. It's not like it was gonna take anything.
What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? How did he get out here? Was he out here before? Hello?
I don't think so. Mr. Attorney, sir. And how are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Today, we just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sawit, like a week ago. Oh, heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see?
You didn't correct me, because I've been calling him Sawit this whole time.
Oh,
and it definitely is Sawit.
I was prepared to go the way you were pronouncing it, and I just forgot.
That's okay. Now I see. Now I comprehend. In order to be as annoying as possible.
I'm currently helping out with the circus show stage here to take her down and clean up.
It's part of his character, don't worry.
But if you have need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just chipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank Sawit you see before you is a changed man.
Yes, I finally saw it. I saw it that it was Sawit. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased.
No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? Ugh, you're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go.
As a thief?
Anyway, as you can see, I have a shiny new bracelet now. So it's the straight and narrow from me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner.
Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that.
I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped the show to focus on your training, didn't you?
That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent saw it in Canis. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Canis sooner?
That. Look, I don't think there's an inmate in this prison who'd talk about him if they didn't have to. He's, well, you could say he's the real one in charge around here.
Ooh.
You didn't hear it from me, but, well, I guess it comes with being the fixer.
Ooh, the fixer.
Yes, anything you need, he can get it for you. But how does he get away with it? I'm not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility.
I imagine being the fixer affords Canis certain privileges.
Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique.
And what are these mud packs exactly?
They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonders on their coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually.
Speaking of mud, that reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. Is this yours?
That's the rubber glove I dropped.
Would you care to
Yes,
explain
you're
why it's so
correct.
dirty?
Oh, of course. That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing.
And what about the blood?
Don't worry about it. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened.
I see. Around that, what time would that have been?
Let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps. The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud.
Okay. I think the stress of prison might have been getting to him. I like how it's like, it's dirty, and there's also blood on it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful. Truly, I am.
Okay. We looked at that already. I'm surprised I can't, zoom in on and investigate the well.
Yeah, I thought it would have given you, the option to investigate stuff. Hey!
Who are you shouting at?
Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them, right? I wanted to see if they'd come say hello.
There's a skeleton on the other side. You can say hello to him.
Oh, nice.
I only see water striders.
Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas. Whoosh, whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that.
So much for the goldfish. Do I talk? Why would I? Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Danger, high voltage. I never saw one of these in real life. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there.
Ah, yes. Warden Lagarde mentioned being able to see it from her window on the detention center side.
Wish this dumb barbed metal fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard.
Given how protected the warden seemed of her little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep riffraff like us out. This is probably the warden.
There you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
Where's the fox?
There it is.
Regina Cupcake.
Oh, Warden Lagarde!
I have been simply dying to sit you down for a chat, you exquisite little thing.
Oh. Do you mind if I ask you a little bit about the prison and completely ignore the fact that you were talking to Regina earlier?
Yes, quite rude of you to do that. I suppose I'll indulge.
Thank you.
Not at all. This place is my pride and joy. My home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived. And it was awful. An utter disgrace.
awful. I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly?
I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambiance that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals! If anyone could brighten up the place, it was them.
It is nice having them around.
Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie is the very picture of rehabilitation.
Except when he's rifling through Deadman's pockets.
We have so many success stories among the family, but darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is always the first to volunteer for everything.
What, and your other model prisoners don't do that?
Oh, of course they do, my dear, of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, let's just say he knows what's good for him.
Oh.
What?
What exactly does she mean by that?
Anyway, he's a very good boy. So do try to be nice to him, won't you? Loud soaring music, great leaping animals, the very big circus truly has all. And everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month.
Really? In that case, let me see.
She'd better not be thinking of something to confess to. This monthly show, is it always performed by the Big Berry Circus? Or the Berry
But of
Big
course,
Circus,
sweetie.
sorry.
Yeah, the very big berry circus,
Yes.
of course, sweetie. I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar.
Wait, is that her daughter? Like,
I don't think so. I don't, yeah.
Probably
I
not.
don't know. The way she sang it.
I
is
know.
kind of
I don't
hinting-
remember, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably too stupid.
No. Yeah, like I said, I was thinking that myself too, but I honestly don't remember because I thought she was, her dad was the only one. Like she didn't have a mom. I don't remember, but yeah. Anyway.
She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
It does definitely come across as like a mother-daughter dynamic
Yes.
around them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's so adorable, so sweet. Oh, I could just gobble her right up.
You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh?
Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina will be devastated. So, oh, that's me. So you
Yeah.
simply must make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please, I'm begging you.
Sorry that I confused you by appearing, but you're still talking.
if there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you let me know. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess. Oh, it was simply divine.
Hee that's so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched enjoyed it too.
About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There were some absences, you see.
She must mean Canis and saw it.
We were 3 members short.
Uh-oh.
Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me?
I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show?
That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everybody.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it?
Indeed, as far as we're aware. Mr. Canis and Mr. Sawt were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who is the third missing prisoner, and what were they doing? Seems we need to investigate further.
Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much, I almost forgot. And my chat was with you mostly, but
Correct, yeah, you
Regina.
kind of talked with her for like 2 sentences, but...
I must feed the little one.
Little one?
It's probably the fox that she's referring to.
I think it's a fish.
Or
Oh,
Crocodile! Alligator.
alligator! You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet.
Aw, she's so pretty. Oh, what a cute name.
Yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she a darling? She's my favorite. Aren't you? Yes, you are.
I'm so jealous. Can I pet her?
Of course, princess, of course.
No.
oh, that's me.
Yep.
Boy, howdy, these two were made for one another. They look like they'll be busy for a while.
Maybe we should go back inside the prison and check the cells.
Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue there as to who our third missing prisoner might be.
And they're just
I
staying
love
in
how
I know.
Shields is just walking with his hands in his pockets,
All the time.
Yeah.
like kind of hunched over too.
Gumshoe's back!
Oh my god, this is my time
You're
to shine.
here!
I'm Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Whew, finally caught up with you. Now, where have you been all my life?
I've been right here, detective. You're not, go away. I didn't ask for you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I've been busy.
You're not
Hey,
needed
hey,
elsewhere.
We need your brother. We want your brother, not you.
You're right.
Gumshoe.
Yeah, I told you to. Where's the guard who I told to get you?
I'm sorry, I must have gobbled him up. But yes, no, the judge and the kid aren't here yet. Oh, and I've got your message.
So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn anything up?
We struck gold, sir. Well, blood, anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only in tiny specks, though. But at least it's something.
Yeah, it proves that the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right?
Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet.
I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victim's. They're on it as we speak.
That was actually very intuitive of you, Gumshoe.
But see, I also ordered a backup suit in case yours gets wet.
This doesn't feel like Gumshoe. Who are you? Who are you,
I have
Gummy?
no idea.
Nice
I'm
work,
having an
Gummy.
identity crisis, you see.
Detective, I must say I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something?
Gee, don't look so surprised, sir. I did.
I just hope things continue to go in our favor.
But yes, I did hit my head, Mr. Edward, sir.
I'll be Shields again now that Gummy's back.
Yay!
Yeah. Alrighty, so there's proof that the murder happened in the detention center. And for our next trick.
We'll find out how that dog got over there.
Don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Until the kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapons along.
Ooh.
Secret weapons.
That's right, a few tools of the trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Behold, the 7
Ooh.
secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, ace detective extraordinaire.
Well, I don't know about you crazy cats, but I'm sold. Miles? Very well, detective. We'll try using your secret weapons.
You got it, sir. Let me run you through the list. It's not that complicated. Secret weapon number 1 is my trusty old metal detector. If it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy right here will find it. And might even strike money.
So it detects metal. Very good, detective. Here's a cookie.
I hope I get 2 cookies with this next one.
Missile!
Missile! Everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine.
Yay! So
Boy!
it's fun because like now that I've played Ghost Trick, like the little dog is also named Missile, and so I'm like, that's gotta be a reference.
He can track pretty much any scent you put in front of him, especially food.
He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Canis' dog. So I think the name Missile comes from the creator of this game's like actual.
Oh
real-life dog.
yeah.
Really?
But I'm also curious because the little dog in Ghost Trick is also named Missile.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's the same guy behind Ghost Trick, right?
I think
Like
so.
Shinigami?
Yeah, yeah,
Has
yeah.
to be. Anyway, for secret weapon number 3, where did I put that exactly? Aha!
Am I one snapper short of a school, or is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're going fishing for clues.
No, I mean, I just happened to have it with me, is all.
I see. Well, onwards and upwards, detective. Let's see what else you have.
That's all she wrote, sir.
Gumshoe, I hate to inform you that you've only counted to 3.
I can't count to 4, sir.
You're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod.
Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll show you the rest next time. And why do you think I'd call them secret? Guy just can't go sharing everything at once. That's crazy. Especially with the fact that you said we'd be fishing for clues.
In that case, then I suppose the 3 you've deigned to reveal to us will have to do for now. I like how the music
All right.
stopped.
Which one do you want to try, sir?
Dog!
You got it, sir. I'll bring Missile out right away. Hey, Missile! Here, boy!
Aww.
Look at him.
Aw, he really came.
So, what are we tracking?
We're trying to find out how Mr. Canis' dog got into the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same route was used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. So we give the pooch a sniff of the body?
And he'll find that route for us.
Go, smell the dead thing. Oh, so cute.
Does anyone else smell something sweet?
All I smell is the odor of blood.
It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like cake, maybe?
Why would the
What?
body smell of cake?
Okay, Missile, get a noseful.
Gumshoe, are you a zombie?
I might be. Here we go. Follow that dog.
That's the way to... He's headed for maximum security.
Uh-oh, he's going in.
We will just have to follow after him. Takes so long every time to type them out.
Probably because it's a typewriter.
But it takes so long. I can't, like, skip it. This is Canis' cell, though the man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room?
Do you think Missile's onto something?
Shh. Looks like maybe he is.
Ooh. Woof, 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 woof.
He's gonna get mauled. I fear it.
Is there something here?
Well, let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth.
I want to snoop the bell.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth, that chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others.
I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch, regardless of the job?
An all-purpose pocket chisel. Makes sense. Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry.
Yes, apparently he is allowed to keep chisels and hammers in his cell because he does woodworking. Is that your opinion as a thief?
Nope, it's my opinion as a great thief.
I walked into that one.
Yes,
Cookies!
you did.
They're your cookies, Kay!
Oh boy,
Or rice crackers.
Tea and
as
rice
they're called.
crackers. Mr. Canis clearly doesn't lack for comforts.
I can think of worse ways to spend my time in jail than drinking tea and playing chess. I thought this was maximum security, not maximum comfort. How come nobody else gets the special treatment?
Complaining to me isn't going to help. Perhaps you could take it up with the man himself.
Yikes. No thanks.
Mr. Canis' chess set, complete with his special dog piece.
That's not a chess set. That's a whole chess table with legs. Looks like it might be worth something, too.
It's not inconceivable. Some of them are, and this is quite a nice one.
I never would have pegged Mr. Canis as a chess fan, though.
Huh?
But with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going on, I thought he'd be more into Go.
Go, huh? Can you play? I was gonna say it looks like a Go table.
I can play Go Fish.
Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close.
Oh, my word.
Oh, hi! How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hammer. Mr. Canis' chisels. Everyone a potential murder weapon.
That reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow. When you frown, it looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead.
I have no idea what you mean.
See? They're so deep. Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood Carving Face.
Have you quite finished? Bark, bark, bark.
Hmm? What's the matter, boy?
Oh, what voice did we give to the humble ice cream seller?
Oh, wait. We gave him like this like rich posh like Alfred voice that Derps
Oh,
had.
we did. Yeah. Yeah, derp voiced him.
I'm simply no ordinary ice cream seller.
Yes,
For I am in fact Bronco Knight's killer.
the Shelly D killer.
Mhm.
But yes, I think I put all of these up as VODs afterwards. So if you missed any of the episodes, they're up on my VOD channel on YouTube.
Yep. Wait, is that cake is this cake what you were after?
Ooh. Woof, 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 woof.
Whoa, down boy, stop that!
Woo, 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 woo.
Is he just biting my leg or something?
I think so.
No, you can't have it. Dogs can't eat chocolate. You know this.
Yes,
if you won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself. Not bad.
Yes, we have already met the occupant of this cell. That's a real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everybody agrees, though. Ooh.
Mommy, I wanted some.
Daring of you both to assume the food in this prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb.
So anyway, it looks like it really was cake Missile was tracking.
Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got our just desserts. Look, I made another joke, Kay. Are you proud of me?
Yeah, here's a cookie.
Yeah. Wait a minute, those are my cookies.
You didn't say I could recycle them.
But the little guy's definitely capable, right?
Sure he is. This was, just a blip. He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise. Seek, boy!
There he goes. Many barks.
Oh, I think he's onto something. Just wait until you hear the voice that I give him. Huh. Whatever it is, it's in there.
Mr. Casarato's cell. We need to take a look inside. Detective, call your brother.
Yes, sir. How are we related?
I don't know. You said you was your brother. Thank you, officer. You were the one who was supposed to come instead of Gumshoe. Where were you earlier? A question before we begin. Where were you earlier?
I was tending to the show, sir.
Is the prisoner, Mr. Casarato, still in solidarity?
No, sir. He came back a little while ago.
I know, there's Polly over there.
And he was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace.
I see. Now, if you'd be so kind as to open his cell.
Yes, sir. Seriously, how are me and this guard related?
Oh, the judge. His punching bag has certainly seen... Oh! Bark, 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 bark.
What breed were you again, Missile? Sure it wasn't a boxer.
Okay, that was. I'm gonna take that cookie back. Thank you.
Wait, I gave it to you already. Wait.
No way.
No way indeed. Quickly, detective, move the sandbag aside.
Yes, sir. Why am I doing
Ooh,
this?
a hole.
Oh.
A hole. That's what I just. I didn't even look at that. Could this be? Woof, 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 woof.
Whoa there. Wait, Missile.
Yeah, he's. I think. No, it's a Shiba Inu. I think.
It is a Shiba.
Missile in Ghost Trick is a Pomeranian though.
Yeah. I'm going in too.
Wait, stop.
Sir, I'll go get her. Oof, that's tight. Shouldn't have eaten that cake.
He's gone. Oh well, I'll have to.
Many
Hello,
gods.
guard. You're the new gumshoe. Well, I'm
Thank
not
you,
going
sir.
in there. Guess I'll just have to wait.
Many dots.
Hello, Kay. Are you all right?
You're not gonna believe this, but we're in the detention center.
The detention center.
And that hole, it's a tunnel that leads right into Mr. Knight's cell.
What? Don't go anywhere. I'm on my way. There we go. Right, I was like, gummy stuck.
We need an excavator.
Kay!
Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth. Guess you could say we made a breakthrough.
I'm gonna take that cookie
run out
back
of
on Edward's
cookies.
behalf.
Quite. At least they came out unscathed, I think.
We have no cookies now!
No cookies.
Sir, the floorboards under the bed are torn too.
Ooh.
Oh
So
my
that's how
God,
we
look
did
at
it.
the detail
I
on
don't
the
know how we
splints.
didn't notice this before. There's no doubt about it. This must be the route we've been looking for. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison is locked down by heavy security doors, but with the help of this tunnel, it could be circumvented. It was a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be that the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? Ooh, well, we'd have to look on the menu to see if cake is a thing, right?
I guess.
Incidentally, Knight's body was covered in dirt. Dirt that might have come from being dragged through this tunnel. Kay, what was it like down there? Was there dirt?
A lot of it. Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has a flash, so I took some pictures, and it is all dirt.
Yeah, so
What-
Saw It has kind of like a nasally sort of voice, I guess, right, Esper?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Then let's see what you've captured. Wow, look at that dirt.
Look at that dirt.
Look at
There's
that dirt.
Look at those utensils too.
Spoons, a fork. Guess these were for digging the tunnel. That aside, those footprints? Paw prints even. From a dog, perhaps? A very dirty dog? This is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs something of a question. It does? For Mr. Cosolado has certainly been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective! We need to find out where Mr. Cosolado is immediately. If my suspicions are correct.
Huh? Oh, nuts!
The guards were alerted, and they began searching for Mr. Cosolado right away. But after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found.
He's dead.
Perhaps. I wish I could speed up this clicky part. Okay.
Well, have the police been notified?
Yes, ma'am. We just finished. What?
Liaisoning? Liaising?
Whatever that word is.
Yeah.
A moment ago. They've set up a cordon around the entire facility.
Good. blemish on a prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest.
It won't happen again, ma'am.
It's so weird having a Lagarde and guard.
I know,
Yeah.
right? A rather different Warden Lagarde to the one we've seen so far. Oh, can you? Like, maybe it's an option. I'll look later.
Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it may have been too little too late. It seems he might have already left the building.
How did he get through the detectors? And didn't he have the security wrist bracelet thing?
No idea. He might have.
I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate. That's what I was saying to the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting he simply walked through it.
What's to say there was only the one tunnel, sweetie?
I suppose that's true.
Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation?
It would be my pleasure.
And you three can get back to your posts.
Yes, ma'am. ×3.
The singular guard learning shadow jutsu.
Ooh, a fancy. Oh, it's an officer now.
Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab.
Oh.
Thanks, pal.
Let's see what we have. What they have to tell us about the blood found in Knight's cell.
What does it say, Mr. Edgeworth?
They've identified the blood, and it's Knight's.
So, Knight was the one that got brutally... Yeah.
Yeah. Nice job, everybody. Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? We got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel a dog clearly went through, and security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed. We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Canis had to say for himself.
Canis? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected on the outside as he is in here.
I suppose he would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business?
The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know.
So that's what that was all about. That's that. Yep, 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 yep.
Yep.
Yep, 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 yep. You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct?
Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Canis is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've called the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. But no matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word.
A prison warden conducting interrogations herself? That's irregular, to say the least.
Let your guard down and he'll devour you whole. Be careful, darlings. You have been warned.
Hoo-wee! And here I thought things couldn't get any spicier.
Just you wait, Shields. The fun has only just begun.
Oh, he's back. Oh, they're here! The boy.
Yay.
Judge Gavel, I didn't expect to find you here. We've been conducting inquiries, which, given that we were in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you're still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge was at risk, should our paths cross again. And yet, here you are. I'm sorry that you thought that I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. But I am not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I am here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourselves should have uncovered.
You have more business with me, I take it, Edgeworth?
That's Mr. Edgeworth to you. I do. I promised I'd be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am.
This should be amusing. Very well, whenever you're ready.
Oh, God.
Objection! Not so fast. We have some truths of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact.
Indeed. We're now more certain than ever that Simon Saint was the murderer. Gavel, do you seriously think that guy could kill someone?
That's exactly what I'm saying, pal.
And that only he could have moved Mr. Knight from his holding cell to the prison proper. We shall prove this to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance.
What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation.
Yes,
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that it's Helmut. Yes, yeah. Not at all. If anything, I am showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was. And I am under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him at least him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk to put your beloved badge on the line?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Sir!
No bother to me. I accept your terms. I'm confident of my reasoning, and what's more, I'm representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co., and I do not intend to besmirch its name, because it's technically mine.
Many dots.
My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well. Let us see whether you're brave or simply reckless. By the power vested in me by the almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Sebastian, if you will allow me.
Fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel.
Oh, she's
With
so
that-
pretty.
With that, I do think I got a.
Oh, it's
There's
9!
not enough time.
Oh, no!
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah, of
Esper, for
course.
being here. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
We'll probably get done with like this and then call it a night.
Yeah, not a problem. Just let me know whenever you want to like play this again, and I'm so down.
Yeah, we'll probably have some time maybe tomorrow. I kind of want to get through episode 2 if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a great rest of your night.
Thank
Alright,
you.
later, Esper.
Bye.
Okay.
And then there were 2.
Yep. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume? He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Mr. Knight's cell for a little visit. That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys. Wait, oh, he'd stolen. He slipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled to one of the prison workshops. It figures she was going to bring up Mr. Saint going to Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look at it ourselves. Perhaps you would like to see what we found. This is a still from the footage we received. Mr. Saint speaking with Knight at his cell. Correct. You will also note that he was positioned the cage in such a way as to obscure the camera's view. It is this blind spot that Mr. Knight exploited in order to enter the cage undetected. A sound deduction based on what can be observed, wouldn't you say? A blind spot, which means that the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage if he did at all. So it's still possible that he didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide in the cage? There's really only one possibility. He intended to escape. A prison break? That's so cool. Mr. Crosserato, Mr. Knight, everybody's doing it. I have to step up my game. Okay, now is really not the time. Mr. Crosserado's escape is no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, He was his accomplice. Wow, go Simon! That wasn't a compliment. I understand that the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. I imagine they had things gone to plan. Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show, and then removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Judge Gavelle's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. Sorry that this is like the Fox show now.
Nah, it's fine. I'm used to it.
Let's see.
Listen, I'm fine with Gumshoe and Canis, like as I am right now.
Okay.
So yeah, no need to apologize, Fox. It's all good.
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard he assaulted regains consciousness, I'm sure he will confirm our suspicions. I wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps I should press her further on her reasoning. Go! Sorry, but I believe there's a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing to stop him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? There's no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and hid them somewhere, then waited for an opportune moment to present itself. He hid the keys? I'm afraid you might have made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That was proven already. And this is the piece of evidence that proves Knights didn't have keys. Probably. Is it the? Is it the metal detector?
Well, see, that would... yeah, we don't have it in our evidence file. Damn it.
Stolen from the locker. Because we don't have the keys, necessarily. Hold on, can I save?
I believe you can.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so what proves that he didn't have any keys?
I'm trying to
Because
think
I
as
think the only thing I can figure is the potential metal detector. Because we don't have the keys ourselves. Like they have yet to be recovered.
Yeah.
Detecting items made of metal. It's because it's at the entrance to both the detention center and the prison proper. So if he went in through like the regular door, which is I think what she is assuming, then it would have detected it.
Yeah.
But they were also in a cage, so that obviously is made of metal, and that would be detected too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm good without hints for now. I appreciate it though. I'm gonna try. We'll try.
Take that!
If it's
Oh,
not
it's
that,
wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Dang
let's
it.
save first.
Okay. He slipped into the cage where he hid as he was wheeled into one of the workshops.
Hold it!
But why go to so much trouble? Why else but to effect Mr. Knight's escape? Well, the cage is made of metal, therefore it would have been exempt from the security gate inspection on the exit. Oh, okay. A fact Mr. Saint would have been well aware of, given that the circus visits every month. Ugh, don't have anything to counter that. With a tarp draped over the cage, he could have wheeled Mr. Knight out, rather right under the guards' noses. That is, had Mr. Saint not chosen a darker path instead, the path of murder. A crime which cannot be allowed to go unpunished. She says that Mr. Knight stole the keys, but didn't he deny that? Indeed, and if Knight didn't have them, their entire theory falls apart. That could be the flaw we've been looking for. I should press her on that issue. So, are we going with the testimony, I guess? So I need to do this again.
Yeah.
And then I need to press further. And then I
And
need
then
to...
save.
Well, I don't think I can save. Oh, I can. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They did say that.
Wait, huh?
Because the guards, because remember early on, they mentioned, like, someone said, it was the guard, I think, said that they swore up and down that they didn't have them, but I don't know, right, you remember? But I don't know where that is. No keys were found. Knight denied having them. Oh, okay, okay. So it was the keys.
Take that.
Oh, we're just fucking stupid.
No, I was like, why would I present the keys? Because I should have, like, looked at them further to see the information around them and not just what was written in the record.
Right.
Since you know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but... After the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell, and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of the keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I have considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it's such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated that they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chess set. Knight's chess set. The same set in which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden. Was it? I cannot but wonder about that. What? But you're the one who proposed it! Actually, if you recall, it was Sebastian's dissertation. So the two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it.
I guess I'll be a... I was gonna say, I could also be a de best.
You can be de best? Okay, thank you. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open his cell and climbed inside the cage. He was then moved from his holding cell to the workshop in the prison proper, all with the help of his friend and accomplice. Had things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. But they did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard. But Mr. Saint was a part of that performance. How would he have even had time to commit the murder? How indeed? Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performers follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show was one such example. She's done her homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonist opposite the elephantine heroine of the show. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. The victor is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant? Isn't that dangerous? Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say? Unconvinced.
Objection.
Committing the crime and returning to the stage in the short 15-minute window is only possible, assuming that the murder took place in the prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I did not accept that part of the security footage into evidence. And you won't have to. I have proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have that the murder took place in the victim's holding cell? I think it's it's the blood. It should be the blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
This appears to be a photograph of a floor. Almighty Goddess of Justice, grant me patience. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it.
There it is.
Yeah. Traces, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensics operatives. Little do you know, I have my resources, looks at Gumshoe. A certain blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. The detective. How very unfortunate for him. Perhaps before you decide to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. Oh no, now Gummy's badge is on the line too. Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well.
Yeah, you did.
I will enter the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However...
Objection!
All right.
Bad luck, idiots. You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless.
Mr. DeBest, I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted.
I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell, right? Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene?
Oh no!
What other tricks can it do, huh? A blood-wiping dog! You're a joke!
You're a joke.
You'd have wiped that blood up, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, how much? Yes, you would.
What?
That was one of the tricks I taught him before our work together was so rudely cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know. Never misses a drop. It wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all.
I know.
Many dots.
Many dots. Saved by an assassin of all people. Jeez Louise, you could have just taught the little guy to shake hands.
Oh, he does that marvelously too. Although, the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand.
Oh.
Then...
La, I'm not listening! I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering. Your understanding is much
Wait, I'm not done yet. I just thought of something else.
Overruled. Hoo boy, somebody's taken no prisoners. Sebastian, would you be so kind as to allow me?
All yours, Your Honor. I guess.
Well, do you accept the truth now? The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin's dog was the killer.
Not again.
My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence. I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you this. This piece of evidence shows that the dog Charlie blah blah the thing that was just being said. Take that.
Take that!
Take that. Oof. This is...
Yes, it's quite simple if you ask me.
It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison.
What? A secret passageway?
It was dug by one Mr. Rocco Carcerato, escapee. It leads from his prison to a certain holding cell in the detention center. Yes, the very one where the victim was being held. Ugh.
Ugh.
Well, this is certainly a surprise. To think that it was beneath my feet this entire time. Canis over here.
Many dots.
Yes, I got the Carcerato. Yeah, I got that reference. Mr. Canis, you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder. Oh. In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled, Mr. Edgeworth, you are out of line.
Hold it!
How so, Your Honor? Evidence is everything, whether in court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Isn't that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. Bronco Knight's autopsy report. Not the autopsy report!
Oh no, she's working with the police.
His autopsy report. That's my line.
When did we get that?
How do you not know you had it? The police handed it to me only a short while ago. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell you nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death? Stab wound to the throat. And the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. It seems the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon, but that doesn't mean that it can't be a tooth. But its overall nature seems to be beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue your flight of fancy? Or will you now claim that the dog used a knife instead? But that's impossible! That will be all. This court is adjourned. But the tunnel! The paw prints!
What of them? Helmut is something of a wanderer. Perhaps he just happened across this tunnel one day. Although I couldn't say for certain, I myself cannot wander quite so freely.
That would be quite a coincidence, but I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? Kinda wish she kicked us in the teeth a little earlier with that. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. You know, good on her, though. Girl boss.
Yeah, I guess.
And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Where's that fishing rod when you need it? You are the lead attorney for the defense, correct, Mr. Shields? This is the interim autopsy report in question. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. Instantaneous. Yep, this all checks out. Yep. Mr. Shields, a handshake is not necessary when receiving official court documents, you know. So please, feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic, after all. I was just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. All right, I got it.
Nice work, Gavel. Just like we planned it.
I did only as you instructed, Sebastian, but thank you. This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But if the dog didn't kill Knight, then that takes Canis out of the running. The goddess of justice speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you will finally abandon this fruitless quest.
What's our move, sir? I think she really means it this time.
What do you think, Detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Cavell. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated. Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede. This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Then let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client. The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept yet another offer of mercy. Oh. Attaboy, Miles. That's what I like to see. Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father? In fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you for a second there. You
Wait,
said
huh?
Gregory's his dad.
Oh.
You said that you've changed since your days in Von Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Thank you, Shields. Alright, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true that Knight was off with a bladed weapon, does our whole case fall apart? A bladed weapon. Of course! There were 5 chisels in Canis' cell when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. In which case, the weapon that killed Knight was... Have you quite finished? I would like the best interest to concede. Evidence is everything. It may be my little catchphrase, but it's also true. So the murder weapon was a sharp blade. Then where is it? The guards didn't find it.
Why can't you let this go? So what if they didn't find it? What are you driving at?
Huh. What if I were to tell you that I know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses the whole time. Indeed. It was one of Mr. Canis' chisels.
What?
I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth. You repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and at the scene of the crime. If the murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murder could not have been the dog. But that begs the question as to what exactly it was we saw in the security footage.
Oh, yeah! The security footage. How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants?
An excellent question. The footage was, the dog jumping, yeah. Mr. Canis' dog jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't? No. Knight was merely knocked out. The dog didn't drag a corpse through the tunnel. He dragged an alive but unconscious Knight. The real killer was the dog's master. Oh, I get it. By bringing Knight here, Mr. Canis could finish the job. And he could definitely use one of his chisels to do it. Correct. You, Bodhidharma Canis. You're the one who could have done it.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you ever get this on your report card? Refuses to listen. Must learn to respect others.
Are you asking me or confessing on what's yours? Or what's on yours?
We already searched Mr. Canis' cell from top to bottom, right, Gavel?
Yes, we've inspected his chisels. All 4 of them.
But where's the 5th one?
I know. There wasn't a single speck of blood.
Hold it!
Why, thank you, Your Honor. You've just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Oh, yeah! I remember counting them. Definitely 5. And the one that's missing is the small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Canis, where did you hide that chisel?
A pocket chisel? In what what use might I have for such a thing, hmm? I'm rarely allowed to leave my cell.
In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Huh. You dug your own grave, Mr. Canis. You seem to have an idea where this missing chisel might be, Mr. Edgeworth. Would you enlighten us? For a man who can't leave his cell on his own volition, Canis could have only hidden the chisel here. I am assuming maximum security.
Take that!
Mr. Canis is still a prisoner despite the comfort he enjoys. He's rarely allowed out of his cell. He could have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere. But that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up.
Intriguing. Do go on, Mr. Edgeworth.
Furthermore, his room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? A fact he took full advantage of. Ah, the old keep the incriminating evidence close routine. Classic.
Objection!
But I looked! I searched the whole cell myself, and there's just nowhere he could have hidden it.
Objection!
I'm certain that the murder weapon is here. And that the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner.
Do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan?
Think, Miles. There must be a hiding spot he could make use of. Think about when you came here previously. What are you missing?
What are you missing? Wait.
The bell? The dog!
Yeah,
He hasn't made a sound today. When we were here before, he barked and growled repeatedly. Canis even encouraged him to do so. That must be it. I knew something was off. I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where he hid the murder weapon.
Giving up already? I expected more of you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
As well you should, if you would give me a moment. For this piece of evidence shows where you hid the murder weapon. The dog. The dog.
Take that!
Is the dog.
Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today. Oh yeah! Unlike last time when... Mr. Canis, if you'd be so kind as to open Helmut's mouth.
Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he's a well-behaved boy. I had to order him till last time.
Then order him again. This instant.
Oh, sorry I lagged.
Oh, no, you're okay. It's not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Canis. Or do you have something to hide?
If you insist.
Oh, my...
Come here, Helmut. Open up.
The
Hold on, did I lag?
No, you're good. The stream is dying.
Oh, again?
Hello, are we back? I think we're back.
Internet, what have you done?
There it is. I think it's back now.
Okay.
Okay. Ah! There it
Knew it.
is. And there we have it. A chisel that's small enough to...
What? What? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog?
I thought he'd been strangely quiet. I guess his brain is finally caught up. Sebastian, why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent.
Okay. Ugh. I'll do whatever you say, but just ensure my pay.
You're not being paid, sir.
God damn it.
I could just imagine he swears.
Our findings are as follows. Traces of blood were detected on the chisel.
What?
Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? All right, so we're all on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah? The forensic evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is the most likely the case. Mr. Canis, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself.
Many dots. Oh, he's about to break, I think.
And I'm about to break! We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one?
You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth. Clearly you don't.
Why does he always laugh like that, even when it's not funny?
Poor Helmut. How could they suspect us? You leave me no choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I did not kill anyone. I've grown tired of killing.
Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Very well. The court will hear Mr. Canis' testimony. If you would be so kind.
Gladly.
How are you doing on time, Tina?
I'm good. I got plenty of time.
Okay, we'll try and get through this one and then we'll probably stop.
Okay, boyfriend just walked in the room to give me a kiss.
Nice.
Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him. No connection whatsoever.
That's a lie!
Given that this is the case, why would I possibly wish him dead? Could it be you are suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmut only bares his fangs when I tell him to. I am not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know.
I mean, when he puts it that way. Hump, an assassin only kills his acquaintances. Not the soundest business model, I agree.
My work required me to deal with strangers, of course. But murder for its own sake? That's not my style.
So I need to prove a link between Knight and Canis. I should go over the evidence again and see what I can discover. I don't have to, because I know.
You're smart.
Take that!
Objection! Ah.
You're getting sloppy, Mr. Canis. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things will require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It's a record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board.
Ah, shit. What?
The number of possible games has been calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end. Wait, so that's a 10 times 10, 120 times over, right? 100,000. I give up. I mean, why do you even call a number that big? A vanishingly unlikely coincidence, that's what.
Many dots.
Now tell us why you killed Knight. Unless that is you'd prefer to explain the coincidence. Oh.
Well, they do say the truth is stranger than fiction. It is, as you say, a coincidence.
But that's totally impossible. We just proved that.
A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. And yet, here we are. Helmut is as surprised as I am, aren't you, Helmut? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. God. I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy? The other prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe. Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmut, dragging a corpse, of all things. I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect, so I had Helma take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked.
It's a very smart dog. The dog pulled out the murder weapon in the workshop?
Indeed he did. Removing it here would have made an awful mess, after all.
You know something that makes total sense. Remember what Mr. Sawat said, Mr. Edgeworth? Yep.
Yep, flashback.
Yep. I see. So if Mr. Sawat actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon then?
Precisely. I can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy. It's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? And there you have it. That is about all there is to tell. I did not kill the man. At most, I am responsible for the removal of the weapon. Now, will that be all? Poor Helmut is growing restless.
Why did he take a corpse?
Objection!
Oh! Sorry, but if you could entertain us for a little longer, Mr. Canis. Shields? No offense, Paleo, but I didn't think you quite told us everything. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you needed to pull the chisel out in the first place. He's right. It makes sense that he would remove the body to avoid suspicion, but Canis had no reason to recover the murder weapon.
So the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought.
Please answer the question, Mr. Canis.
It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel, and the one around Helmut's neck. Have a very distinctive design, if you will.
Of course. They were something of a trademark of yours, were they not? I don't get it. How does that even work? Bodhidharma Canis, the blind butcher. His appearance is always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear.
You flatter me. Though it's been some years since you last saw one of them, you remember them well.
Your knife and his attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in our case against you.
Yes, it was but one of my bells. One of only two in existence.
Just two?
Two and only two. One for my knife, and one for my beloved Helmut. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide, after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely.
Oh gosh.
Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me.
Then why did the chisel have the bell?
When Helmut brought the body to my cell, I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. At first, I was sure that my knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel. An ordinary chisel.
It's certainly no assassin's blade.
Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I'm the only person in this prison permitted to use such tools. It was clear that I would become the prime suspect. And so, the chisel had to be removed and hidden.
Hold it!
You still claim that all you did was have the dog move the body? That you did nothing, you had nothing to do with the killing?
How could I? I told you, the chisel is not mine. You need not take my word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints?
Well, it's covered in like dog slobber now.
Yeah.
Sebastian!
Huh? Me? But I don't know how to check for prints.
Get forensics.
Oh, right. Sure thing. I'm still getting paid for this, right?
We'll talk later.
We, uh, we got him. Fingerprints. They're Mr. Knight's.
And Mr. Cadis's?
Nope. Just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there's no sign of any prints having been wiped off.
What guy's dog's mouth? I don't understand. Only Knight's fingerprints. This isn't good.
Should I get them to check again?
Now, do you see? I have never so much as touched that chisel. Helmut carried it in his mouth, that's all. Therefore, any prints must belong to whoever had it last.
Ugh. So the murder weapon belonged to the victim? Ooh, that's not helpful.
As I said, I have not touched the chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise?
I mean, Gurk. I've got
Gurk.
nothing to counter with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be. I'm sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you did not find a solution to your current predicament and quickly, I'll have little choice but to relieve you of your badge. Even my patience has a limit. I'll not tolerate you throwing your investigation into chaos. Am I clear?
You've done it now, sir. She's serious.
Many dots, I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. Wait, something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What would Mr. Knight have needed a chisel for?
You can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison, for one.
Alright, then how did he get it in here? There's no way the guards would let him bring a super sharp tool in with him, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Okay, you actually are useful. Hey, Earth to Mr. Edgeworth! You can't stand there hmming and hawing just because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know? Doesn't matter how we get there, as long as we save Simon in the end. We can't give up now, or ever.
Yeah, what she said.
He's like off in La La Land.
He's like zoning out and shit.
Yeah, I'll second that. You won me around with that, Kay. I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. It's like I said, the defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said. What do you think lies at the heart of those words, Miles? Any guesses? The heart of those words. It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones who they can turn to. Simon's our client, and we're the only ones who can save him. So we can't rest. Not while he's counting on us. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? Many, many dots.
A lot of dots, actually.
I'm an associate with the defense now. No, I'm an associate with my father's firm. That's the role I've chosen. And that means that if I fail to save my client, I failed in my duties. I will honor my father's vision and save Simon Saint. No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat. If one path is blocked, I must simply find another. There we go. That's the Miles Edgeworth I know. Now let's find that new path forward. We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought the chisel into the prison. Right. How would Knight have managed to bring a chisel in here? Maybe the chess set?
Let's see. Because it was hinted at numerous times.
That something was hidden in there, right?
Yeah.
Because it... Alright, we're gonna inspect this thing.
You can only inspect the bell.
Yeah. The spell is the same as the one on Helmut's collar, right? Yes. The bell is something of a trademark for Mr. Canis. An assassin with a trademark? You'd think he'd want to stay anonymous. Isn't that the true of great thieves, too? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you don't know anything about great theming, do you? Great thieves are only great because they stand out from the crowd. And what's in it for the thief to stand out like that, other than to attract the police's attention?
The blade.
Mr. Canis hid the chisel in his dog's mouth. Do you think it's our murder weapon, Mr. Edgeworth? It's too early to tell, but the fact that the blood was found on it is certainly incriminating. At the very least, it's not something we can discount as unrelated to the case. Okay. I think it's the chess set.
Let's go with that.
Take that!
Usually it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected. Because of the security gates, right? Correct. But we already know that checks at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough as of late. Namely, the gate to the entrance of the detention center. Blah, 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 blah,
We
blah,
know,
blah.
we know, we know.
We were just here.
like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that.
Knight took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring him the chisel, hidden inside his pocket chess set. That does answer one of our questions, and it suggests that the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's and not Mr. Canis's. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Just
no,
repositioning my
You're
mic.
okay. That of the security footage in which Knight is attacked by a dog. How does one explain it if Mr. Canis was not the culprit? But then, how do you explain his prints not being on the murder weapon? That's one real three-piper. Three-piper?
Three-piper, yeah.
The court, too, finds itself wanting for a satisfactory explanation.
Wait, sir. I think it might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons.
Oh!
Introducing secret weapon number 4, Lil V.
What sort of a name is that, detective?
I came up with it myself, sir. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage. An excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I am telling the truth.
Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try.
Sorry I had you on.
No, you're good.
Alright, you want...
Oh!
Alright, you want me to talk you through how to use it, sir? Sorry.
No, it's okay, seeing
I
as
was
I'm
so
not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques. Perhaps I can hear him out. Yeah, I guess. If you could run me through his functions, detective, that would be most appreciated.
Oh, hold on. Stream died, apparently.
Oh, did it? Oh, dang it.
Aw, dang it.
Oh, dang it.
I guess we're always going gambling, I guess.
Hello? I think we're back.
Are we back?
I think we're back. Yay! Okay, we're going through Little V.
Yeah, thank God. Lil V. Alright, hold on. Discord streamers. Okay, so basically, you just gotta do what you always do. Examine anything that catches your eye.
And I can examine things with X, I see.
Next up, you see those controls at the bottom of the screen? Those panels on the left and right let you rewind and fast forward. Sorry,
That's okay.
I can't read. And you can use the middle one to pause. Get used to those and you're golden, sir.
Seems I can also press R to fast forward or L to rewind the footage, and I can press A to pause. Okay, good to know.
When the video is paused, you can go to the freeze frame
Yeah. Previous
with
frame.
L,
Yeah.
previous frame, or the next frame with R. Or just use the same control panels I showcased to you earlier. Lastly, I better explain how to zoom in. Just line up the old cursor with the area you want to take a closer look at.
Yeah.
Then use the panel on the bottom right and press Y to do the rest. It's got those two expanding arrows on the right.
Oh, I see it.
Can't miss it, sir.
It would appear I
Yeah.
can zoom in by pressing Y. Okay.
By the way, even when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff, just like in regular view. Also, you can make use of previous and next frames to get a good look at what's really happening. Only thing you can't do when you're zoomed in is... What?
Play the footage.
Play the footage. Okay, so there's that.
I see.
Whole lot of talking for Gumshoe.
I know. How do I zoom out again?
Just use the panel on the lower right again, sir. See how it's gone from expanding to collapsing?
Yeah,
arrows
yeah.
on
Thank
there?
you, Gumshoe.
Yeah. And that about sums it up. Now let's fire Lil V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine.
The footage from Knight's holding cell. Other than the victim being attacked by the dog, I can see what else might show us. But suppose we're wrong. What could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage.
You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure.
Alright. What in this footage seems odd? So, the fact that... Okay. Figures
Okay.
reflected in the mirror here too. Is that a hat? Say, oh, that's you.
Oh, say, doesn't that look like the hats the guards wear, sir? Aw, jeez, is that what I think it is?
Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently?
Not that I've heard of.
This may not be a guard at all, but someone dressed as one. Perhaps this might shed a little light on the matter of the hat. The fact that it's missing! Take that!
Take that!
So no guards have reported being attacked by an animal as far as we know. But we did hear of a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed?
A guard disguise? I guess it might work. Wait, weren't we just talking about someone? Definitely not the guy.
We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. If the person in the footage isn't Knight, then the creature may not be a dog either.
You're right, sir. Let's zoom in and check.
What in this footage seems odd? Okay, Ah!
Oh, that explains a lot.
Sir! Wait. Why
Wait, why is that-
why am I saying sir? There's a typo! Typo.
Okay, well, sir, look. I guess. I suspect we may have made a critical error of judgment. What? we're
What?
looking
I
at
think
here-
this is actually me. What we're
Okay.
looking at here is no dog. This animal is a bear.
a big old bear.
That's not a dog, it's a bear. What? So the paw prints from the photo I took were not canine, but ursine.
A bear? So could that mean?
Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a pet? We'd assumed that it was Knight in the security footage. Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory. Perhaps, but now that we know about the hole under the bed, and it's no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? The person in the security footage is... Bam!
Take that!
I believe I know who our guard in disguise is. It's none other than Rocco Caserato, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confident it's him because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion for some reason. But the bear in the video is all black! Indeed. And we have evidence that explains why. The evidence that explains the polar bear's dark fur is, I want it to be the mud pack.
Do we even have the mud pack?
Well, the thing is, like, the glove is talking about mud pack treatment.
Take that!
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Sawat's testimony. Yep. I'm recalling it, all right. Yep. I've recalled
Yep,
it.
we've already established this.
I've recalled it. I'm recalling
Can I go
it.
get a snack?
Yes. Oh. While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals a mud pack treatment. And that animal could have been, indeed, our polar bear. Mr. Edgeworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. The footage from the security camera... I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Sawat mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway. And this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage. It does? Yes. Let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay? If it was taken right after you applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 a.m. In which case, something isn't right about the footage. Really? What's that? What new contradiction does the security footage introduce relative to when it was recorded?
Right in that area. What?
Oh!
Wait, down there?
It's the time, right? Because it's...
Oh! Yeah, had to be.
Mr. Sawat had administered the treatment at around 6 a.m., in which case the security footage should also have shown the time around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. All except 3. Mr. Canis, who remained in his cell in maximum security. Mr. Sawat, who was administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop. And Rocco Caserato, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action.
Huh.
I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Sawat before entering the tunnel. Aww.
Look at him go.
And the bear then slipped after Sawat's grass to run after his human. Mr. Sawat would have then left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Canis' dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded from around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off. But why would the timestamp be wrong? Detective, I would like you to have the security camera examined right away, please.
Okay. I'm back, sir. I just talked to the guards and, you're not gonna believe this.
What?
Seems like the time codes can slip on those cameras if they lose power.
Oh, what?
They're pretty old, sir. Guess the clock stops when the power's off.
Which
Yeah,
would mean the
that's
power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point. Ooh.
Yeah, same thing happens to like microwaves and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not all, sir. You remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? No one believed him considering, well, you know, he seemed kinda like the only suspect. Turns out, that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy.
Oh. Which may not necessarily have been a lie. Darlings, there you are. How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along? Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Coserato. I believe he may still be on the premises. He's disguised as a guard. Here's the proof, should you need it. We're reasonably certain that the person captured on the tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this room with us now. Look at him spinning.
I want to make a gif out of that.
Hey, Mr. Carcerado would have been wearing a bracelet, right? Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden under the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if he avoided the doors with sensors, he could simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape. Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and cells and... oh my. He's one of you, isn't he? He's right here. He's here right now. Look, it's Teddy. Oh.
Well, there he is. Hey, paws off! Get your mitts off of me, you big palooka! Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I have too many voices.
Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm your suspicions. Dang it, kid. If it wasn't for you, I'd... What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Coserato? I'm almost envious. I wouldn't know what love is like. Guards, apprehend this man. A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we're to learn the truth, I need to speak with him. With your permission, of course. I can hardly say no, can I? Well, come on, then. Hit me with your best shot. Mr. Coserato's escape route led directly into Knight's cell, so it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day of Mr. Knight's, Mr. Knight's body was discovered. Okay. We gotta stop here. I'm tired. It's getting late.